Don't worry about the Voyager space probe. Voyager space probe is fine.
I mean, I know we're at audio live, so I'm not gonna scream because I don't want to spike your microphone or make anyone go deaf. But what the actual hell is this franchise? Because nothing makes sense.
You know how they said that Avengers Endgame was like the greatest crossover ever? Yeah, no, it's actually the Fate franchise.
No, the Fate franchise is a frustrating clusterfuck of what the hell did you do to my history and lore?
Nonsense. Absolutely incorrect. Like, obviously, we have, we've got, like, let's see, where can I find... Oh, that's a fun one. So we have this incarnation of Kama, who is an Indian goddess, who's also the same person as this little girl. It's literally the same servant. But that's not even where that ends, because if I go over to the assassin category and find Kama, that's regular Kama, like not swimsuit Kama, who is also the same servant as that Kama and that Kama. They're all the same person.
I'm really struggling.
And they all have a very angry, like, love-hate relationship with Parvati, who's that servant, who you might recognize because of the costume dress.
Oh, thank fuck for once a King Arthur that doesn't infuriate me because it's actually Mel.
Oh yeah, we got to Proto Arthur, did we? Oh, yeah, look, don't worry about Proto Arthur. Proto Arthur's fine. But Proto Arthur is in fact, not a woman, which is good.
I do like him, although I will say, for whatever reason, he's serving blonde Sylvain pre-time skip.
Now, I should probably introduce you to Merlin. So that's Merlin. Oh, hold on, let me get him in his proper clothes. That's Merlin, right? But that's Merlin from Artoria's, like, timeline. You want to see Merlin from Arthur's timeline?
It's female, isn't it? God fucking damn it.
Yeah, that's Arthur's Merlin. And she's voiced by Ayako Kawasumi.
Who I assume voices Artoria.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Of course. Why would it be any other way?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Incidentally, also from Arthur's timeline, we have this guy. It's Ku, but prototype Ku. He has fur.
Okay, I like his armor better though, is the thing.
Problem is, he's also kind of worse, just in general.
Okay, but he actually looks almost like he belongs to the culture from which he originates.
Oh yeah, and as Bio points out, Arthur also has the same voice as Male Merlin. True story. They just swapped the voice actors for
No,
Merlin.
he definitely serves pre-time skip Sylvain vibes.
Oh, wait, do you have regular Arthur there, or just, okay, yeah, I was gonna say, do you just have, Valentine's Day, like, White Day Arthur, or do you have proper...
No, I just clicked on that one because he's so pretty.
There's, like, Final Ascension proper Arthur, yeah. And he had a hood at one point, because he was trying to hide who he was. And he did that in the worst way possible, if you happen to know Artoria, because note the invisible fucking sword!
Mm-hmm.
Dude!
But here's the thing. For a second, when I thought you were saying he's using a hood to hide, I genuinely thought you were going to say everyone knows it should be a raincoat.
I mean, it should have been, but, he's not that inventive. That's a Shiro Emiya thing, NBD. Also, I think we'll probably get to them eventually. Yeah, so, good news on that front. Don't worry, it's all fine. Everything's fine.
which Inu's mostly saying because I don't know if the microphone picks up on my exasperated sigh.
Just be glad I don't have Vincent Van Gogh. I can't show you Van Gogh.
Also, Bio says Arthur's too classy to wear a dollar store raincoat.
No,
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, true story. True story. So, last week, let's see, what the hell happened last week?
Hang on.
Willow, what happened last week?
I'm fighting through Stream Fugue. The teacher realized that we had Green living
yeah,
here.
that Reen was living here. No, nobody knows about Artoria yet, so that's fun.
Also, Reen told Shiro about the fact that there's basically a magic nuke on top of their school that will kill all their classmates. And Sakura was pissed Reen was living there.
As Bio points out, Van Gogh is a story and 3 extra stories on top.
And honestly, those might be the only things that happened last week.
I mean, we did ask Saber about Berserker, and her response was, he's going to fucking murder me. So that's fun. Yeah. And now it's dinner time. I think Reen was making dinner today, because Shiro made dinner yesterday, and Reen wanted to prove she was better than him.
Likely true.
I need to acquire you headphones from somewhere, don't I?
Yeah, that would help.
You seem to have misplaced yours.
Again, I don't know where they went.
They're under the seat in your car.
I checked there, though.
Not well. Try harder.
It's dark out. But Naka? Let's get the audio technicals out. Okay. Ready? Gonna get started.
Osaka psychs herself up and heads to the kitchen, where you do the cooking. Probably.
先輩、お夕飯の支度なんですけど。
今日は遠坂の番だからいい。さくらは朝作ってくれたんだから、夜は任せてくれ。遠坂がいるうちは、俺とあいつで夕飯を作るから。
Sorry, Sakura, you're off dinner duty.
Reen and I are in a cooking competition.
According to
apparently.
Reen.
はい。先輩がそう言うのなら、そうします。
Well, I guess it is your house.
Ostensibly. Sakura quietly sits down. I hear a fiery, boisterous sound coming from the kitchen, but I see nothing of Tosaka. Sorry, Sakura, but you've been benched. Won't Shiro.
あれなら任せても大丈夫だな。
I should stay in my room until dinner's ready, considering Saber's waiting there.
Oh yes, let's go to the room to talk to our other girlfriend so that when Sakura gets antsy, she comes and discovers that I have 2 women living with me that aren't her. This is gonna go well for him.
It's okay, we can just like play Saber off as a
牛姉がやってきたら、
cousin
た
or
まに
a
は
friend
風
of
呂沸かす
Shiro's
ように言
dad
っと
or
いてくれ。
something.
はい。どうぞごゆっくり先輩。ご飯の支度ができたら、呼びに行きますね。
That's what I figured.
とそうだ。部屋に来るときはノックを忘れないでくれ。
Yeah, don't forget to knock. I might be busy. It's a little before 6. I figured dinner will be ready around 7. I return to my room and find Saber sleeping in the room next door.
なんだ。なんか話そうと思ったのに。
I click my tongue with disappointment and sit down.
何言ってんだか。
Okay, that's actually hilarious, Mar.
何話していいかもわからないくせに。
Try trying to pass Saber off as an au pair.
I mean, isn't Shiro a little old for that?
Depends on the culture.
Besides, I don't know how to act around Saber.
ま、いいけどさ。眠ってるならそれで。
I mutter to myself and stare at the hands of the clock. Damn you, clock hands. Last night, Saber, Tosaka, and I ate dinner. But today, Sakura and Fujine are in the mix as well, making it 5 people.
いや、セイバーはダメなのか。
But Saber doesn't get to have any food. As long as Fujine and Sakura are around, I can't have Saber come out of her room.
セイバー、朝飯食ったのかな。
Last night, Saber was nodding while eating her dinner. Based on her behavior, it's not like she doesn't need food.
昼飯は用意しなかったし。
That's the thing. She doesn't need food. She just likes eating.
Also, it's one of the very limited ways she's capable of getting energy from what she was saying like 2 streams ago. It's eat and sleep like she's a normal pleb are the only ways she gets any energy.
Well, the
back.
sleeping doesn't actually give her energy. It just makes her not use as much. Once Fujine and Sakura go home, I should warm some dinner up for Saber. She'll have to eat alone, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's just... I imagine Saber eating by herself is making me mad, or imagining Saber eating by herself is making me mad.
シロ、起きてる？
Tosaka knocks on my door and peeks her head in.
どうしたか？なんだ、なんか用か？
何って夕食なんだけど。できたから来て。
It's already that time? I pick myself up, glance towards Saber's room, and head into the hallway.
あ、来た来た。ほら見てよこの料理。なんと遠坂さんは長らく不在だった中華料理ができる人だったのだ。
Fujine dances excitedly around the table, which is laid out with dinner. Now that she mentions it, it does all look to be Chinese dishes today. 4 big plates decorate the table. Crab meat with egg omelet, shredded beef with green peppers, a vegetable stir-fry with some fancy meat I've never seen before, and for some reason a plate full of steamed shumai. Oh, shumai.
Shumai's excellent.
Shumai is great. Salad has been served on individual plates for everyone, and the setup seems to have been well thought out. It's pretty extravagant. Fujine loves it.
驚いたな。遠坂のことだから洋風で来ると思ったのに。
Oh, hey, look, crablets. Yeah, not royal ones though, just regular
本当は
crablets.
洋風を考えてたそうですよ。けど中華料理は誰も作らないって言ったら、なら私が作るって。
なんでそう隙間をつくような人生しか送れないのか、あいつは。なあ、さくら。遠坂と一緒に帰ってきたけど、あれは一緒に買い物に行ってたのか？
She wanted to prove she was the best at something, obviously, Shiro.
はい。遠坂先輩、弓道部が終わるまで待っててくれたんです。それで帰り道がてら2人で買い出しに行ってました。
そうなのか。なんだ、思ったより仲がいいじゃないか、2人とも。
そうですね。遠坂先輩とは学校でもよく話してましたから。 私のどこが気に入られたかわからないんですけど、入学した頃から親切にしてもらってます。
Huh. So Tosaka really is a nice upperclassman.
おしゃべりはいいから早く食べよう。私もうお腹ペコペコだよ。
Fujine sits down excitedly.
だってさ、二人も早く座ったら。中華物って冷めると犯罪的にまずいんだから。
Of course they get along, Shiro. The two can bond over how much Shinji sucks. Yeah. Tosaka sits down after she tells us to do the same. I sit down without a word. Everyone bows and thanks Tosaka for cooking and then starts eating. I hate to admit it, but it's good. I've never cooked Chinese food because I've always thought it all tastes the same, but Tosaka's dishes make me realize that it all just been bias on my part, and I find myself regretting that.
うわ、すごいすごい。こんなにご飯を美味しくさせる料理は久しぶりだよ。東坂さんにありがとうございます。先生のように素直に感想を言ってもらえると私も嬉しいです。
You know what confuses me here? How the hell does Shiro think that, like, vegetable lo mein, sesame chicken, beef and broccoli all taste the same?
I assume it comes down to him assuming that like the flavors of the sauces and the seasonings overpower the meat.
Does he also think that, like, I don't know, pork fried rice tastes the same? Like, come on, man.
Also, Bio shares your opinion because his comment was, what kind of garbage-ass Chinese food was Shiro eating before now?
I mean, that's the thing, though. The garbage-ass Chinese food is the best Chinese food. Think of every Chinese place you've ever gone that has really good food. It is the most dumpster fire, like, location ever. It's a place you walk into and you think you're gonna be stabbed just for walking into it because it looks so goddamn shady. But the food is fucking great and it costs nothing.
I mean, my favorite deli over by Sergeant L's house, you overlook because it's in the middle of a fucking strip mall next to a used TV place and a, like, vacuum cleaner repair shop. Like, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's great. What are our favorite foods during Thanksgiving? Not turkey. I'm generally not a huge fan of turkey unless it's smoked because smoked turkey tastes just like ham. Honestly, my favorite thing at Thanksgiving is probably the sides. I'm kind of partial to green bean casserole, personally.
Nah, man. Pumpkin pie, let's go.
You can get... I mean, technically you can make green bean casserole any time of year.
Yes.
Too, but...
I mean, if we're talking exclusively things that are, like
Thanksgiving
related,
staples, yeah.
Your only choices are stuffing, turkey, and cranberry sauce. So pick your favorite of the three.
Of those three, cranberry sauce every time. I have no favorite Thanksgiving food because there's no Thanksgiving in Europe.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah,
thankful
that's
for
fair.
anything in Europe. Y'all are just suffering all the time.
You know, Canadian Thanksgiving tends to do ham instead of turkey.
So does a lot of American Thanksgiving, actually.
That's true. I think that's partially because turkey's gotten ridiculously expensive.
It's
in
not
the
like
last few
ham
years.
is cheap.
No, but ham's also less work.
You know what's less work than either and way cheaper? It's just doing a chicken. Just do, like, instead of doing, like, a roast turkey, just do a roast chicken.
Nah, you just buy a bunch of Cornish hens.
That's definitely more expensive than a turkey.
Yeah, but it's so much better than chicken. Okay.
私も中華を見直しました。辛いのって苦手なんですけど、すごく美味しいです。
Okay,
Not
not
all
all Chinese
Chinese
food
food
is spicy!
Can you tell we're siblings?
You say that, but Baz and I do that shit all the time, too.
Germany. I think. Pretty sure.
After seeing everyone's happy faces, Tosaka
Looks smug.
yep, turns to face me, her face triumphant.
なんだよ、なんか言いたそうだな、登坂。
別にみんなに気に入ってもらえてよかったなってまあ若干1名素直じゃないのがいるけどそれはそれで楽しいからよしとしましょう得意
そうか、さてはお前、昨日俺に飯作らせたのはこっちの戦力分析か。
Again, what kind of garbage Chinese restaurant do these people have in Fuyuki? Everything tastes exactly the same and is so ungodly spicy that normal people can't even touch it.
はい今日の教訓は手の内は常に隠しておくでした
I mean, not actually a bad lesson for the Growl War, to be fair.
Osaka returns to her food looking exceedingly pleased with herself. Dinner is a bit livelier than I expected. I mean, we do have 4 people instead of 3. Fujine is now completely on Tosaka's side. Sakura and Tosaka are acting like good upperclassmen and underclassmen, so that's all good, right? Well, I have no complaints about getting to enjoy a good meal. There are no complaints, but I can't feel unreservedly good about sharing a meal with everyone here.
Because Saber's not here.
I stand up.
何しろトイレ
いや、忘れ物をした。連れてくるから待っててくれ。
Shiro? I don't think this is a good idea.
No, it's fine. What could possibly go wrong?
This is a bad plan.
What could possibly go wrong?
You are not a smart human.
It's probably fine. I knew this was coming next when we ended last week. Yeah, I know. Me too. The moment I step out of the living room, I lock eyes with Tosaka, who's looking at me silently.
Judging the crap out of you because this is a dumb idea.
I just didn't think it was right. That's why. I didn't like the fact that I was making her sit alone, even though she's living with us.
This is a bad idea.
So, without really considering the consequences of my actions, I take her hand. She's asleep, so I just gotta grab her and pick her up and drag her with me. Like, come on, we're gonna go get food.
シロ突然何をするのです
いいから来てくれ。みんなにセイバーを紹介するから。
Come on, we're gonna go have dinner with the fam.
待ってくださいそれは
This is not a good idea, Shiro.
正気だから連れて行くんだ。ほら、いいから行こう。後のことなんてなるようになる。
シロ
It's not like Taigo wasn't going to stumble into Saber eventually with how much time she spends bumbling around Shiro's house, so it's honestly better to just do this on his terms. Yeah. I'm still dragging her along by the time we reach the living room.
悪いな、登坂。もう一人分いいかな。
Tosaka doesn't object. But Fujine and Sakura are looking at Saber in confused astonishment. Hello everyone, this is my hot blonde European girlfriend who goes to a different school and you wouldn't know her, please believe me.
この子はセイバーって言って、しばらく面倒を見ることになったから。見ての通り外国人さんだから、日本の暮らしには慣れてないんで、そのあたり助けてやってくれ。
Well, Sakura and Fujine color failed. The two don't react. It's understandable, but I can't really find it in me to care right now.
ほら、そこに座れよ、セイバー。飯はみんなで食べた方がいいだろ。
それは確かに効率的だとは思いますが私は
遠慮なんてするな。だいたいな、これからはセイバーも一緒に住むんだぞ。同じ家に住んでるんだから、一緒に飯を食うのは当然だ。
はい。シローがそう言うのでしたら、私は従うだけですが。そんなのダメ
My ears. My ears are ringing, and also all the colors inverted.
Well,
一体どうしちゃったのよ、シローってば。遠坂さんだけじゃなく、こんな子まで連れ込んじゃって、いつからここは旅館みたいになっちゃったのよ。
it's a fair question. It's when he decided to take part in a death game, you see.
Shiro, who the hell is that? My hot blonde European girlfriend, please believe me. Why have we never once heard about her before now? She goes to a different school in Canada.
Which I love, because if you're calling her your hot blonde European girlfriend,
Canada's in Europe.
it's not.
You could fool Japanese people into thinking it was, though.
I choose to believe that's not true. But working with children in a school... yeah, probably not wrong.
I mean, Mexico's in Africa, right?
No, America's Mexico's top hat, just like Canada's America's top hat.
Yeah, see, Mars got it right. Canada's French, and France is in Europe. Therefore, Canada is in Europe. It's also a colony of, or, you know, it's part of the British Empire, which is in Europe, and therefore European.
That is such poor logic.
Saber's basically a Canadian citizen. That's what I'm saying.
なんだよ、いいじゃないか。旅館みたいに広いんだから、一人や二人部屋を貸しても。遠坂がいいんなら、セイバーだっていいだろ、下宿ぐらい。
いいわけないでしょ。遠坂さんは認めるけど、そんな得体の知れない子なんて知らないもん。一体どこの子なのよ、その子は。
Her name's Saber, no last name.
Yeah.
どこの子って、遠い親戚の子だよ。よくわからない事情があって、親父を頼ってやってきたとか。
Simple. She's a European exchange student who's studying abroad in Canada and flew all the way here to Japan to visit because of reasons. Yeah.
そんな作り話信じられない。だいたいね、仮にそうだとしても、どうしてエミヤの家に来たのよ。キリツグさんに外国の知り合いなんているはずな。
She can't say that with any confidence, and she knows it. My old man traveled constantly, so he probably had more friends from other countries than in Japan.
ないとは言い切れないけど、それにしたっておかしいわ。
あ、いや、だからそれは。
シロは黙ってなさい。セイバーさん、私はあなたに聞いてるんだけど。
Yes, hello. My name is Saber, last name Cutlass. Saber is silent. I don't blame her. Saber doesn't really have a backstory, and she's not cunning enough to go along with my lies.
さあ、私はキリツグの言葉に従っただけですから。
Curious.
What?
Her summoning was kind of unique.
In what way?
She was summoned by someone completely and utterly inept by total accident.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the Grail just does that sometimes. Like I said, the previous war had a guy who was a literal serial killer and had no magical ability
Sure.
whatsoever that was just handed a servant.
Sure, but you did also acknowledge that Saber was a part of the last Grail War. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, theoretically, it'd be possible that Kiritsugu could have used one of his command spells to do something dumb, like order Saber to keep his pseudo-son safe.
I can confirm that Kiritsugu did something extremely dumb with one of his command spells, but it wasn't that.
I love the yes, no in chat.
Kiritsugu did in fact do something remarkably stupid with a command spell, but it wasn't that. Girl just picks any random schmuck to be a master. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it. Yeah. You're just making shit up now, Saber. It's a really good thing that, like, Taiga had name-dropped Kiritsugu. Saber just has a name to work off of now. Saber says it with such straightforwardness and clarity. There's no room for anyone to protest. Yes, hello, I'm from Europe, and I recently got a letter from Kiritsugu telling me to protect Shiro from his enemies. Kiritsugu's been dead for 7 years. The post is very delayed.
I mean, to be fair, how many times have things we've ordered for shipment gotten lost in United States?
Yeah. And even if it was really a lie, it will become the absolute truth in Saber's mind. Even Fujine can't argue with her. Well, clearly, since Fujine can't argue with her, Shiro has enemies that Fujine knows about. So, you know.
Oh, that's not
not a
for
good.
you.
It's not a good idea, Tai. I mean, you do have a noble phantasm, but still, Fujine drops this on us all out of nowhere. She's talking about the marbles, clearly. Yeah. Kiritsugu could never deal with those damn marbles. And, with the sound of whooshing wind, Fujine takes us outside. And then she takes the bamboo sword, the Shinai, hanging on the wall and continues glaring at Saber. Okay. The hell is Fujine thinking?
あなた、シロを守るって言ったわね。なら少しは覚えがあるんでしょ？私に剣を持てというのですか？
I will admit this bit of soundtrack slaps.
All of the music in Type Moon is just phenomenal. Just wait until we get to some of the really fucking great music. Like, this is good, but this is nowhere near close to some of the top tracks in this game.
そうよ。あなたが私より強かったら許してあげます。けど弱かったら家に帰ってもらうからね。構いませんわ。それはどういった理屈？シローを守るのは私だもん。シローが一人前になるまで私がずっとそばにいるんだから。
Saber doesn't seem to fully comprehend what Fujine's intentions are. Yeah, also remember, Taiga is really good at kendo. Like expert level, like tournament winning level at kendo.
No. I remember this.
And
Although
again,
I also remember she got disqualified for insisting on hanging a charm on her sword.
She did, yes. Then again, none of us understand Fujine's intentions.
だから私より弱いやつはいらないの。
I do love like Fujine's little awkward arm thing. It's
They
very,
do cross, by the way, and technically this.
It's like half of a TikTok dance.
It is kind
Or
of
like
like
half of a Fortnite dance. It's like almost flossing. It's like half flossing. If your flossing was out of time.
Yeah,
and,
I was
like your
about to
arms
say.
were operating at different floss speeds.
あなたが私より強いって言うんなら私より頼りになるでしょ？ それなら少しは白を任せてもいいわよだ。
Literally the only reason Taiga isn't world famous at Kendo by this point is because she refused to take the cute tiger charm off of her sword. Fujine swings her Shinai around with a pout.
わかりました。あなたを納得させればよいのですね。
So I don't need to kill you, right? It's basically what she's saying.
So I just need to embarrass the hell out of you. Got it!
そうよ。けど私を納得させるのは大変なんだから。
Bonk.
No sooner has Fujine said that than she practically leaps forward, rushing towards Saber, brandishing her Shinai.
Bonk.
藤ねめちゃくちゃだ。
She goes in for a surprise attack, even though she hasn't even given Saber a Shinai yet. This tiger has no business calling herself a teacher if she's gonna pull something like that.
She's also from a Yakuza family. Did you think she was gonna fight fair?
Yeah. She's just doing the Yakuza way here, Shiro. Come on. So I can't kill her, right? No, Saber. Killing is wrong. Horrifically maiming it is then. Saber stands there in a daze, taken aback by Fujine's surprise attack. Fujine swings for the body.
あれ？
Fujine tilts her head in confusion. Well, yeah. We're all dumbfounded, and we're just watching, so it must be even stranger, like the mystery of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which are actually like one of the noble phantasms for Semiramis, as it turns out. Anyway.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, stop. Explain. How the fuck is the location? You know what? A satellite is a summon. I guess I can't
satellite
really...
is the servant.
I guess I really can't object.
Uh,
God fucking damn it, this franchise is weird! Why do you like this so much?
For her Semiramis mention. For Fujine, since she's the one who experienced it firsthand. Saber's still standing. The only difference is that she's now holding the Shinai Fujine had in her hand a heartbeat earlier.
My sword.
Thank you for the weapon. May I use it now? I don't know if this is for real, but it definitely happened. Saber isn't even holding the Shinai she took in a ready position. Fujine is frozen in her tracks, right in front of Saber. Fujine is a kendo expert whose skill is supposedly unmatched. The experience probably made clear to her that Saber is on a completely different level.
構えろというのでしたら構いますが、そこまでしなければわからない腕ではないでしょう。
It's easy enough to have a location be a noble phantasm if you can just pick the location up and bring it with you. Yeah, true story. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are actually an airship. Don't worry about it. But look, that's not even the most ridiculous thing, right? Like, obviously, it makes sense that you could potentially have a location as a noble phantasm. But what about having other people as a noble phantasm? Because that's what Iskander does. Iskander's noble phantasm is his entire fucking army, which is made up of other heroic spirits. Because Alexander the Great is just ridiculous. Also, he has a chariot. Because of course he does.
Well, that
Which is
makes
another
sense.
noble phantasm. Fujine staggers back and drops to her knees.
勝負はつきました。認めてもらえましたか？
And now Fujine's crying.
I'm mad at Saber.
Fujine slumps her shoulders and droops her head low. It's okay, Fujine's a lancer. That's true. She is. She's a lancer. Just when I think she's about to retreat quietly. They did have to actually build the damn hanging gardens by hand out of appropriate materials for what it's worth, so it's not like they actually just had lifted the real place and brought it along.
変なのに白を取られちゃった。
No, she took your sword, actually. Unless you named your sword Shiro. Fujine starts to cry so loud it starts to hurt all of our ears. In the end, it took 2 hours to calm Fujine down. She just sat there wailing on the floor for 2 hours. Fujine gestured to Saber saying, "We need to talk," and went into my old man's room. They were in there for 2 hours after Fujine calmed down, so it's now 4 hours later. She finally came out looking unsatisfied and mumbled, "I guess I've got no choice but to acknowledge her."
And technically, Saber still hasn't eaten.
Yeah, true story. She'd only nodded in resignation. Sakura, though, was silent the whole time. It was getting late, so Fujine wound up taking Sakura home, but Sakura didn't say a single word. She just bowed and went home.
それじゃあ私も別棟に戻るわね。
The outbuilding. That's not really an outbuilding.
It's connected by a hallway. That's all Rin said. Come to think of it, Tosaka's been quiet all this time, too.
悪かったな。どうせバカな真似してって思ってるんだろ?
Yes.
It's been 4 fucking hours since dinner started, and nobody has been able to finish their meals since Shiro pulled this only a couple minutes after they all sat down.
別に。ただあなたのしていることは心の贅肉よ。そんな余分なことばっかりしてたらいつか身動きが取れなくなるわ。
She waves goodnight and heads off to the outbuilding. I'm exhausted. I should probably sleep early today.
待ってください、シロ。私もあなたに聞くべきことがある。
Can I have dinner now?
いいけど、何?
Let me guess. Why are you treating me like a person?
なぜ私を皆に紹介したのですか？私もリンの言う通り、シロの行為は不必要だと思います。
Stop treating me like a human. I am a
汗も何
weapon.
もない。単に嫌だったから紹介しただけだ。
シロ、それは答えになっていません。何が嫌だったのか言ってもらわなければ。
Saber draws closer to me. Was what happened tonight really so strange to her?
そんなの知るか。ただ飯食ってて、セイバーは一人でいるのかって思ったら嫌になっただけだ。
I don't know, I was having some Chinese food and I was like, man,
セイバーを知ってもらっておけば
Saber's in a room by herself,
仕
that
事も減る
sucks.
と思ったぐらいだよ。
それはあまり意味のあることではありません。むしろ彼女たちに私の存在を知らせるのはマイナスです。この屋敷なら私の存在は隠し通せるのですから、私は待機していた方が良かった。
Better? In what way? Is she saying she's better off being ostracized when the rest of us are all
そんな
eating?
ことはない。セイバーが良くても俺が嫌だったんだからしょうがないだろう。こういうの理屈じゃないと思う。
I don't need no stinking logic. I look away from Saber. I don't think Reen quite understood that it's basically Taiga's side job stroke hobby to snoop around to make sure Shiro hasn't gotten into anything she shouldn't. And she ended up finding a random European girl sleeping in the closet of Shiro's room as if this was Bleach. Then Shiro's life would have been forfeit. Yeah.
予想に行ってくるから先に部屋に戻っていてくれ。
I remember when Rukia just lived in Ichigo's closet. She doesn't answer. I turn my back on Saber, who seems unconvinced by what I just said, and make my way to the shed. Yeah, Saber, you were getting found one way or another. Shiro just did it the easy way. I step outside. The tranquil yard is lit by pale moonlight and the lights from the house. The winter sky is clear enough to see the stars above me. I sigh, hardly realizing I'm doing it. Tosaka's right. I'm contradicting myself. I'm heading to the shed to avoid Saber's room. But I don't want to leave Saber alone. I'm having a hard time interacting with her as a member of the opposite sex, but I can't ignore her on a human level. It's no wonder Tosaka gets disgusted with me and my contradictions. Yeah, it's okay. Just give it a couple routes. You'll get there. I absentmindedly look up at the night sky. The night drags on. My inexperience is all the more reason I can't skip out on my training. Time to shove a hot metal rod into my spine again. That always makes me feel better. Or worse. All I can do is keep on believing that if I work hard enough, I might someday attain something. Look, Shiro he really feels the need to hold on to that feeling. It's something he has to do. The streetlight people are watching.
I mean, he is on a journey. New day.
Yeah, but we don't probably need to save here. It's fine.
Okay.
Welcome to February 5. Fate. 6 blade. Sorry, 6. Blade! Caps. Cap blade. A night passed.
Which means it's morning, because night has passed, you see.
It's now morning. Night was yesterday, now it's today. The sky was night, and now it's day. After getting ready, just like I would on any normal morning, and heading to the living room, I'm greeted by the most complicated breakfast table scene of my life.
ああ、ごめんさくら。私バターダメなの。そこのマーマレードちょうだい。そうなんですか？遠坂先輩、甘いものは好きじゃないような口ぶりでしたけど。まさかそんな女の子はいないわよ。糖分は嫌いじゃなくて取れないだけだってば。油断すると見えないところが増えるの。甘味どころは週に1回にしなくちゃね。なのにマーマレードなんですか、先輩。朝は糖分取るの。それにね、少しぐらいは甘いものを口にしておかないと後のカウンターが怖いでしょ。そっか、食事を2食に減らしても食べる量が倍になったら大変ですからね。
When you consider the people Shiro interacts with on a daily basis, it's not really all that surprising that he's so awkward with these things. And his dad super didn't help much there either. Yeah, well, you know, Kiritsugu, father of the year.
黙ってればよく食べるわね、セイバー。ちっこい体のくせに桜並みの量じゃない。
That feels like a very backhanded insult to Sakura.
そうでしょうか。私は平均だと思いますし、さくらが口にしたパンは私を大きく上回っていると思います。
Kick her while she's down, Saber.
そんなことないです。遠坂先輩もセイバーさんも私もみんな仲良くトースト2枚じゃないですか。
Yes, but your toast slices were twice the size of theirs.
いえ、厚さが違う。1センチに対して2センチですから、さくらはよく食べています。成長期ですし、栄養を取るのはいい。瓶も1枚だけと言わず、残さず食べてはどうですか。だからダメだって言ってるじゃない。さくらと違って胸に栄養がいくわけじゃなし、朝からそんなに食べたら増えるっていうの。ただでさえ朝は食べない主義なんだから、これでも譲歩してるのよ。遠坂先輩、その先輩の前でそういうことは。
Did you not talk about my boobs in front of Shiro? Thank you.
増える増えると言っていますが、なぜ具体的な表現は避けるのですか、ピン。だから目に見えないところの話。 ああ、さくらは目に見えるから除外だけど。だからそういう話はしないでください。
I take a bite of my crispy toast. My brain just can't follow the situation unfolding in front of me, so I just stay out of it and focus on my toast. Ah, thank you, Toast, for distracting me from Sakura's boobs.
This man!
Listen, sometimes toast is just more interesting than breasts. It's a law.
Why did I agree to do this?
I don't know. There's nothing for me to really add to this anyway.
どうも杞憂だったのかな。
For the time being, the three seem to be getting along. Tosaka's the same as always, and Saber's warmed up to the girls a good bit more than last night. Sakura still seems a little hesitant around Saber, but doesn't look like she dislikes her.
藤姉が来なかったのが気になるけど、まあ夜になったら来るだろう。
Fujine's still crying at home.
No, she's crying to her dad to try and get her dad to take out Saber.
Last night must have done a number on her. But she'll probably come by for dinner, and I think she'll be in a better mood by then. Breakfast ends, and I start cleaning up. Also, let's not just brush past the part where Artoria said Sakura's slices of bread are a single centimeter thicker than mine, so therefore she must be some kind of glutton.
Ah, それぐらいはやっとく。それより、さくらは部活だろ？昨日の今日だし、顔を出しておいた方がいい。
Yeah, you wouldn't want Shinji to get mad and try and hit you at the front gate again.
それじゃあお先に失礼しますね、先輩。
Sakura bows to Tosaka too and leaves the living room in a hurry. Now there's only 3 of us. With Sakura gone, the people remaining all share a common secret.
それでは私も失礼します。何かありましたら声をか。じゃあね、セイバー。シローは任されたからこっちの留守をよろしく。
Anyway, I'm going to bed. Night.
はい。シローを頼みます、リン。
Saber bows quickly, then returns to her room. Well, there's nothing to do here anymore. So she's probably going back to sleep to conserve energy.
まったく、本当に戦うことしか考えてないのか。
Yeah, pretty much.
That's literally why she's here, Shiro.
当たり前じゃない。シローもね、そろそろやる気見せないとセイバーに愛想をつかされるわよ。まだ傷が完治してないとはいえ、いつまでもおとなしくしているような子じゃないでしょ。
There's a clicking sound. What Tosaka has to say worries me a bit, but she just turns on the TV.
またこのニュースやってるんだ。
The TV plays the morning news. I just listen from the kitchen as I wash dishes. But it's the same story that I've heard before.
新都の方でガス漏れによる事故だって。
God, all these gas leaks.
バカな話。そんなのあっちだけじゃなくて、こっちの町にだって起きてるのに。
What? Hold up. What Tosaka says there is pretty worrying.
父さか、それどういう意味だ？
Is fighting the only thing she thinks about, given how
だから
her life
原
in
因不明の
particular
衰
went?
弱でしょ？
Fighting's probably the best thing
何
she
の
should
前触れも
she
なく
could
意
be
識を
thinking
失った
about.
人間がそのまま昏睡状態になって病院に運ばれてるって話。もう結構な数になってるんじゃないかな。今のところ命に別状はないらしいけど、この先どうなるかは仕掛けたやつの気分次第でしょうね。
Wait. Hold up. She's saying that this incident isn't just happening a town over. It's happening here too? Unexplained comas. Good number of victims? No, but the main issue is...
遠坂、まさかそれも他のマスターの仕業だっていうのか。
Oh boy, is that a gas leak I hear?
じゃあ他の誰の仕業だっていうのよ。いい加減慣れてよね。あなただってマスターなんだから。
それはそうだけど、なんで今まで教えてくれなかったんだよ。
I
遠
didn't
坂
think I had to keep telling you all the obvious things.
こっちの件はそれほど簡単じゃないから。
Well, sure there is. Kill the master.
学校で結界を張ってるマスターは三流だけど、こっちのマスターは一流よ。相手を死に至らしめることはせず、命の半分だけを吸収して力を蓄えている。
Sure, haven't
そ
you
り
got the
ゃ集
memo
める
that
スピー
mages
ドは
are
遅いけど、
scum?
その代わりに魔術師としてのルールには引っかからないし、無理をする必要がない。このマスターは遠く離れた場所で、町の人たちから生命力っていう最も単純な魔力をかすめ取っているわけ。
Yeah, see, they're obeying mage law. It's
遠
fine.
く離れた場所からって、そんなところから町中の魔力を集められるっていうのか、そいつは。
よっぽど腕の立つ魔術師なんでしょうね。信徒と深山、二つの町をフォローする広範囲の吸引なんて、代がつく魔術師の技だもの。
At least they aren't killing all those
Yeah.
people. That's
それ
some
とも
real
よっぽど
classy
優
work
れ
for
た
a
霊地を
mage.
確保したのかな。冬木の町には龍脈らしきものがあるって父さんも言ってたし、そこに陣を敷けば生命力の搾取ぐらいは簡単か。
ちょっと遠坂。
父さんの書庫にそれらしい資料はなかったし、あるなら大師傅の書庫か。やだなあ。あそこ今でも人外魔境だし、できれば遠慮したいのに。となると綺麗に聞くしかないか。あ、いやダメダメ。あいつに借りを作るなんてもってのほかだわ。
遠坂、おい。
I try to get her attention, but she doesn't respond. Great. Tasaka's off in her own world. When we get to school, she's still distracted. The gate's packed with arriving students, beginning another typical school day. I'd like to picture the students literally just jammed into the slots in the gate. Just like stuffed in there, like, help, I can't get out! I'm gonna be late for class!
I tried to get into the school building before the gates were open, and now I'm stuck. I've missed my clubs.
But I sense there's something off. Yesterday I passed through the gate without noticing, but today I do now that I'm on my guard. It's hard to explain, but there's this feeling that things are too calm. So much so that it numbs one's instincts.
本当だ。外と中じゃ空気が違う。甘い蜜みたいな空気じゃないか。
Better than smelling like salty honey.
へえ、シローにはそう感じられるんだ。あなた、魔力感知は下手だけど、世界の異常には敏感なのかもしれないわね。
Tasaka begins pondering.
にしても甘い蜜か。例えるならウツボカズラとか。
You pondering what I'm
なか
pondering?
なか言えてみようじゃない。
ウツボカズラってお前、そのイメージとんでもなく凶悪だぞ。
そう？シローの直感は外れてないと思うけど。だってこの学校、結界っていう蓋が閉まったら中の生き物はみんな食べられるんだし。
She sees right through me, and I gulp.
やっぱりね。わかりやすいから楽しいわ、あなたって。
ああ、そうですか。俺はちっとも楽しくない。
怒らない怒らない。シローの言いたいことだって分かってるから安心なさい。あなたは学校の生徒を巻き込みたくないと思ってるし、私だってここを戦場にするのは願い下げ。
Find the other master
なら
first.
やることは一つよね。
She's testing me. Tosaka's trying to tell me that this master I'm willing to fight in the Holy Grail War is the sort willing to hurt innocents to win, which is why they're here at the school.
分かってる。この結界を張ったマスターを探し出して、なんとかしなくちゃいけない。そして、そいつが結界を解かないって言うんなら、倒すだけだ。
Oh, the giant magic murder slurpee.
ちゃんと理解していてくれて安心したわ。じゃあ私は結界を張ったやつを探してみるから、シローは不審な場所をチェックしといて。私も一通り回ったけど見落としがあったかもしれない。シローはそういう得意点を探すのに向いてそうだし、餅は餅やってね。
Tosaka waves and runs toward the school building.
そんなこと言われても困る。不審な場所ってどういうところだよ、遠坂。
だからあなた風に言えば空気が甘いところよ。
I heard her say cookie. Did you hear her say cookie?
I did too.
蜜がベッタベタに甘いところを探せばいいの。
Tosaka yells a reply to me from across campus. And then she disappears into the school building.
あいつ、いきなり走り出すなんて。やっぱり何考えてるかわからな。
Oh, that's why. The bell for homeroom rings.
そういうことか。って気づいてるならなんで教えないんだ、あいつは。
Well, there would be other students that could hear them yelling if they weren't already in the school building not being late for class. I clutch my bag and start running at full speed. After all that happened yesterday, I don't know what Fujine will say if I'm late. It's lunchtime. Temporary though this break from classes is, students rush back and forth across the whole school.
よし、今なら歩き回っても変に思われない。
Oh yeah, you're right. I did forget about all the students trapped in the gate behind them. Yeah, they could hear that. That's true. I wolf down my lunch and head into the hallway. This really isn't the time to say I've never done anything like this. The war has already begun. So now I need to look for anything suspicious. Like what Tosaka was talking about, in my own way. I see something. There's all these green boards out in the hallway for some reason. Let's see. I just hope I can make some progress without wasting this 1 hour lunch break. Man, we only got like 40 minutes, right? After I search the building, I take a look outside just to be sure.
It was something stupid like 42 minutes.
I think it was like 47? Or 37 maybe?
No, it was definitely 40 something.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been 47 because I'm pretty sure my lunch period was from 10:20 to 11:07. Was first lunch. I didn't see anything strange at the athletic fields or behind the buildings, but this area seems different. I found a few suspicious spots around campus. Behind the stairways, dead ends, empty classrooms, and other less public places. This place is different. Everyone gathers here every day, so it's a far cry from the isolated, deserted places I've checked.
どうして気がつかなかったんだ。異常って言えば、ここが一番異常じゃないか。
Also, I've just made people who've seen this game before realize there's a bunch of chalkboards in that hallway that nobody ever noticed.
I noticed it the first time we were in the hallway.
I clutch at my chest as I speak.
I assume they're just green-backed corkboards. You know, they're just bulletin boards that are green instead of brown/tan for
Yeah,
some
they're
reason.
chalkboards, so you can write bulletins on it with chalk.
No.
And then just erase it later. The atmosphere here is suffocating. The heavy wind and humid air make being here at all damned uncomfortable. As soon as I realize what I'm smelling, I find myself getting nauseous.
結界には起点があると遠坂は言ってたな。何箇所あるか知らないが、最初の起点がこの辺りにあるってことか。
If I'm right, there should be some inscription or sign of it somewhere. It's no use. I don't have the abilities to detect magical energy, so there's no way I can find any signs that a bounded field has formed. I guess I have no choice but to report back to Tosaka.
なんだ、探し物かい、エミヤ。
Oh, hey, Shinji. Who's there? I whirl around when I hear that voice. There, standing in front of the Kyudo Club dojo, is the guy whose voice that is.
シンジ。
No shit, Sherlock. You can tell by his
奇
voice.
遇だね。僕もその辺りに用があって来たんだけど、君、もしかして見た？
What is it, Shinji? Shinji grins. Shinji Mato seems genuinely pleased with himself.
見たって何を？別にここには何もないぞ。
ああ、やっぱり見たのか。なるほどね。君が遠坂と一緒にいた理由はそれか。そう
And
だよ。
Shinji just
マスター同士手を組んだ方が
Shinji
効
just
率がいい。
takes his hand and like covers it in neon paint just to draw attention to it. He's not just showing it. He's made a display of his hand.
シンジ、お前。
He wasn't
そう
subtle,
警戒すんなよ
Shiro.
僕と君の仲だろ。お互い隠し事はなしにしようじゃないか。君が何を連れているかは知らない。けど、君もマスターなんていうひどい役目を押し付けられたんだろ。
Shinji's so blunt about this. Not an ounce of hesitation. He's a master, and not at all shy about it.
まさか、お前がマスターなのか、シンジ。
だからそうだって言ってるだろ。ああ、でも勘違いはしないでくれ。僕は誰とも争う気はない。そりゃ襲われたら殺し返すけど、手を出されないうちは黙ってるさ。ほら、この辺りエミヤっぽいだろ、僕も。
Shinji giggles.
It's basically what I picture his
No,
giggle sounding
no,
like.
I like higher pitch, more girlish.
So,
Yeah, that sounds more like Shinji.
oh god, that pained me to do. Like, not physically, but spiritually. Giggling that high pitch
Emotionally.
deals me emotional damage.
Emotional damage!
That is what I was hoping you were gonna do.
I can't do it justice though.
No, but
From what he's saying, it's clear he's a master. But
まあ、こっちもエミヤがマスターだって知って驚いてるんだ。意外なのはお互い様ってことで、少し話し合わないか？
you could tell me who your servant is. I could tell you who my servant is.
それは構わないが、何を話し合うっていうんだ。
そりゃあ今後のことさ。さっきも言ったけど、僕は戦うつもりはない。けど他はそうでもないんだろ。ならさ、いつか来る災難に備えておかないと不安じゃないか。一人じゃ不安だけど、
he already has a
なんか思わ
partner.
ない？
Yeah, but he could have two partners.
Yeah, but I don't want Shinji living at his house.
Why not? Then we'd have like the entire Mato family there. Is Shinji asking me to team up with him?
ま、こんなところで話をするのもなんだろ。誰に聞かれるともわからないし、場所を変えよう。
I'd hate to have to do an oopsie murder of a classmate at school because somebody overheard or saw something that they shouldn't.
That'd be bad.
そうだね。 僕の家がいい。あそこなら遠坂の目も届かないし、襲われても安心だ。
Sakura would just love to have her abusive brother visit the one place where she feels safe.
場所を変えるって何言ってんだ。昼休みももう終わるし、話があるなら。
バカ？授業なんてサボればいいじゃん。ほら、いいから行こう。エミヤがマスターって知って嬉しいんだから、あまり水を差さないでよね。
You do realize my legal guardian is also my
授
teacher.
業を抜け出したら不審に思われるだろう。
ち、融通が利かないやつだな。それはそうだよね。普通は警戒する。けど安心しなよ。何があってもこっちから仕掛けることはないさ。ほら、僕が騙し討ちなんかするように見えるかい？
I don't know, you have a face that looks like the kind of person that would stab someone in the back.
You have a face that looks an awful lot like the face of the person that literally did stab me in the back.
You think he looks like Lancer?
I think he has a similar face to Lancer, yes.
Well, Takeuchi only has 3 faces, so...
ああ、そうか。確かに。
Also similar color palette. Lancer's also... Lancer wore a lot of blue.
Well, Shinji's wearing a lot of brown, so...
Yes, but Shinji's hair is very blue.
まあいいさ。そっちだってサーバントを連れてるんだろ。そんな危ない相手に喧嘩なんて仕掛けないよ。
Saber's not here right now,
He
but...
doesn't need to know that. Huh? Does Shinji think I have Saber with me right now? Actually, no, Shinji just can't see the servant in spirit form. That's why he thinks I have Saber with me.
いいから行くよ。遠坂に見つかったら、僕も君もただじゃ済まないんだから。
Shinji starts to walk away. Guess I have no choice but to follow him.
Sure you do! You have loads of other choices!
You really take me for the kind of guy to stab you in the back. Well, you're too much of a coward to stab me in the front, so it's definitely more likely outcome here. Ow. I'm interested to hear what Shinji has to say, so at this point, I should just give up on attending afternoon classes.
With your teacher / pseudo mom. That's gonna go well for you.
We walk up the hill. We're in a residential area with Western-style houses in stark contrast to my house. I hear Tosaka's house is at the top of this hill, and I remember the Mato house is right below it, like it's trying to hide or something. They have a very nice house. The Mato house is still as impressive as I remember. I visited a few times during middle school, but I haven't been near it recently. I haven't been invited since Shinji and I drifted apart, and above all, Sakura doesn't like me coming here. It's daytime, but the mansion is dark. The whole place is designed so that sunlight doesn't get in, and there's not much in the way of lighting inside. There's honestly a decent enough chance of someone smacking into a wall if they don't know the layout of the place.
エミヤ、こっちだ。今にいるから早く来いよ。
I don't know when he got there, but I hear Shinji's voice from the back of the mansion. Even after a year, I still remember my way around the house, so I'm able to find the living room easily enough. There's nothing in the way of lighting, even in the living room, which looks more like a dining room to me, but okay. The curtain is pulled shut, blocking out the sun. Not a hint of artificial light either, so the place is dark and gloomy.
What do you call the chandelier over the table, then?
Not lit.
エミヤ、こっちだ。
I turn toward the voice. Then I see Shinji sitting on a chair and... New servant data added. A woman, dark like obsidian, standing behind him. Alright. No context. What servant class is she? I can eliminate 3 for you immediately. She's not Berserker. 4. She's not Berserker, she's not Lancer, she's not Saber, and she's not Archer. You got 3 choices.
Which means she's a Rider, Assassin,
or Caster. Those are your 3 options.
So my gut wants to say she's going to be either the Caster or the Assassin, which probably means she's the Rider. So that's what I'm guessing.
That is in fact Rider, yes.
That's so dumb. So the skimpy outfit suggests Caster.
You're going to be very disappointed by Caster.
No, I'm just saying that's usually the stereotype for mages. And the what I can't tell, let me, oh no, that's over her eyes. That's not her forehead. Why is she blind?
She's just wearing a mask.
I don't trust that for a second.
I mean, she is. She's wearing a mask.
I'm being paranoid. It's fine.
紹介しよう。僕のサーバント、ライダーだ。
Also, look how smarmy Shinji looks right now. A chill runs down my spine. The chill is so intense it stings the back of my neck.
2人だけで話をするんじゃなかったのか、シンジ。
We are talking alone.
Servants aren't people.
I take a step back.
やだな、用心だよ。エミヤが襲いかかってきたら怖いからね。ライダーにはすぐ近くにいてもらわないと。
Definitely has nothing to do with her being a pretty girl.
Shinji reaches out toward his deck. Dark servant rider. I grab my deck, shuffle, draw.
This is my servant now. That would actually be a kind of unique servant.
I play rider in attack position.
No, like if your servant was just a deck of cards made up of other servants, and every time you talk... This is a thing, isn't it?
So there's a spin-off of the Fate franchise that focuses on an alternate timeline in which Ilya had a less shit childhood, where she's just a magical girl, and rather than summoning servants, they have cards that they can use to basically equip servants and channel their powers.
Kidding.
Yeah, it's called Fate Collide Liner Prisma Ilya.
This is the most ridiculous franchise to ever exist.
But there's also a set of Fate-based Weiss Force cards, so there are a bunch of cards with servants on them that do things. His fingers caress along her waist, then stroke down her thigh.
God, you are such a perv. Please tell me one of the options over the course of the Grail War is kill Shinji.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think Shinji actually... I'm not sure he dies in any of the routes. It's been a while, but...
There's no justice for women anywhere in the world anymore.
Oh, he does get some comeuppance, but I don't think he gets... I'm pretty sure he doesn't get dead. Ryder doesn't move a muscle. She still is a statue, keeping watch on me through veiled eyes. Oh. I'm just misremembering. I guess he does die at least once. Or twice, even.
Okay. My brain's doing the thing again,
Uh-huh.
where it's overanalyzing word choice.
Uh-huh.
still is a statue.
That's what it says.
Her eyes are covered.
They are.
You're smiling, dear Jesus fucking Christ! Did they make Gorgon a writer?
No, Gorgon's actually an Avenger.
Fine, let me be more specific. Did they make Medusa a fucking writer?
And also a Lancer.
Damn it!
But to directly answer the question in the easiest way possible, let me just go into Spirit Origin list, filter to writers, and tippity tap on the Bizzity button.
Why? Why
That
did
is-
they do that?
That is, in fact, yes.
Also,
that
why the fuck is her hair not snakes?
don't worry about it. By the way, she's also a small Lancer.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yes, I love her.
It's still not also right. She should still have snakes for hair. And why the fuck?
Well, I mean, look, if I grab Gorgon, the actual Avenger one, I mean, she has snakes for hair.
That's better. I'm less mad at that one.
By the way, the other two Gorgons are also servants. Just for the record. There we've got Uriel, or if you believe Tales of Zestiria, Urieli. And then under the assassin category, we have Steno. Or again, if you believe, if you believe Zesty, Steno.
I'm very upset at this.
I mean, hey, you got it.
Yeah, but why the
Oh,
hell?
yeah, I did forget about that. There's also a new Medusa. There's also Medusa we don't have yet, and it's coming next year. In Grand Order.
Huh.
Who is possibly my favorite design for her, full
It
stop.
damn well better be a caster. Okay, I love that outfit.
It's a saber! She's also a
What?
saber!
No, why are they giving Medusa a sword? Medusa dies to swords. She dies
Technically-
to beheading.
Technically, it's like a really fancy dagger,
I
but
stand by my statement. The one thing she shouldn't be is the fucking saber. I could justify her being any other class in this system that I know about from this game, except for a fucking saber. That's dumb. I'm mad. I'm so mad.
okay, how do you justify her being a writer exactly?
I don't, but that's what she is. So,
If I'm being honest, I can't say I'm surprised she got writer immediately. She is the most obvious one out of the entire 5th Grail War, apart from Artoria, yes.
well, the thing is, they tend to be very on the nose with wording surrounding the various, summons.
Yeah, there's a very good reason that her eyes are covered.
Well, right. That, like I said, originally that was the first thing that really caught my attention when I looked at the artwork, which is why my immediate question when I realized that wasn't on her forehead, that was on her eyes, was why the fuck are her eyes covered? And then as soon as they put the word statue, I'm like, no. But
I knew you had it as soon as you saw the blindfold. I was like, oh, she's got it.
so let's recap here, shall we?
Uh-huh.
They took a Gorgon
Yes.
and put her in a skimpy BDSM outfit.
It's better than her one from Fate
Don't-
Stella, I'll give you that. I'll tell
Don't
you
care. Decided that she's a rider. I'm gonna be blunt. Is what she's riding Shinji?
God, no.
Like,
She wouldn't put up with that.
because honestly, the fuck? This is literally maddening. I'm offended.
For what it's worth, they make it unmistakably obvious who she is the second she actually gets to fight in combat. Also that, yeah. Yeah, she is not at all happy with her master. I imagine she can even see my fingertips shivering. Oh, don't worry, she can fix that for you.
用心深いにも程があるんじゃないのか、シンジ。
冗談だってば。エミヤはそういうのができるやつじゃないって分かってるよ。
I just wanted to show off my hot purple-haired European girlfriend.
な、けどお前のサーバントは別だからね。僕だってこいつをしつけるのには苦労したんだ。サーバントがマスターの命令に従わないってのは珍しいことじゃないだ。だからさ、これはちょっとした牽制だと思ってくれ。
Now that I look closer, Ryder is a little different than Saber. Saber is silent, but she's not frosty. I sense only coldness from Ryder. A human almost completely lacking humanity.
For the 10,000th time, Shiro. They themselves don't classify themselves as people.
Oh, at least Saber doesn't.
I do love the chat's trying to reassure me that all of this makes sense.
What Mars right, she does ride a bicycle. It's actually a plot point in Talo Ataraxia. She's got a very nice bike. Also, there is actually a reason for why she has those clothes. It's the same dress she had from back when she was the same size as her sisters, and she's the only one who actually grew older physically. Yeah. And also, her sisters are kind of awful to her. Like, Benno and Uriel are just terrible to her, and so they probably never gave her new clothes. A dark figure that looks like the blood in its veins is discolored. She doesn't give the impression of a heroic spirit turned servant. I can only sense something inorganic, devoid of any light. Oh, so yeah, not really a hero Medusa, huh? So that's what, 2 Greek servants now?
Yeah. That was the only reason I hesitated, was because with, you know, all of history pre-industrial revolution, the fact that 2 came from the same time period.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got both
general place.
Got both Heracles and Medusa. Both Greek. Both from even sort of relatively speaking the same historical period. Then we've got Europe. We've got wherever the hell Archer is from.
And Europe again, technically.
And yeah, Europe again. Okay, so I mean, to be fair, it's
British Isles, technically.
Ireland and Wales, but yeah.
Okay, so I guess I can't be entirely mad about that, but
yeah, and
more servants that are from Europe.
Yeah, over half of the servants are European so far.
The heroes, for whatever reason, seem to like popping up in bunches when they're summoned. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. You see it a lot in the other Fate adjacent media too. Like, where there's one Greek servant, there's usually another one.
ごめんごめん。何分こっちは素人だからさ。エミヤみたい
Does
にやれ
that
てるっ
mean
てわ
that
けじゃない。
sometimes you get
そのあたりは勘弁して
Greek
くれ。
servants who recognize each other from their own like prime lifetimes.
Oh yeah, so there's this whole thing with Jason, where he just kind of, he's kind of, Shinji and Jason get compared to each other sometimes, which is unfortunate.
Why?
Because in the way that they're kind of useful, they're very similar. But like, I forget who it was that compared them the first time, but yeah, they get compared sometimes. But Jason just kind of really wants to rebuild the Argonauts, so like he really wants to like get Herc and Atalanta and the Dioscures and Paracelsus and Medea, and you know, he just wants to get the gang back together basically, and they kind of just don't really want to that much. It's great.
So are we done seeing Greek figures pop up in this Grail War?
It's a good question. There might be one more. I don't remember.
俺だって慣れているわけじゃないけどな。
そうなのか。なんだ。なら君も呼び出せばいいじゃないか。その方がお互い理解し合えるし、すごく公平だ。
Tell you this for free, we're definitely not done with more European servants. It's a lot of Euro bias in Stay Night.
I do love that chat's like, yeah, no, don't ask us. We'll love our lips are sealed. No, I trust chat not to say anything because you guys really seem to like it when I lose my fucking shit over, like, stupid shit. Which I'm sure is half the point. And it's also 100% why I agreed to torture myself like this. It'll help us understand each other when things will be even.
ああ、うんうん。それがいい、それがいい。ねえミヤ、
Phrasing.
僕のも見せたんだからさ。君のサーバントも見せてくれない？
Shinji really thinks Saber's right next to me. It's probably best to let him keep thinking that.
断る。そっちが牽制してくれるならそれでいいだろう。話し合いならそれで十分だ。
何それ。あのさ、僕が見たいって言ってるんだよ。何気取ってるか知らないけど、言うこと聞いといた方がいいんじゃないの？
なら話はここまでだ。別にサーバントの見せ合いをしに来たんじゃない。そんなことが目的だったんならここで帰る。
Look at Shiro actually like doing a smart for once.
そうかよ。使えないやつだな。相変わらず。
He moans discontentedly and slumps further into his chair.
So I read as far as he moans and stopped reading the sentence because I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna end well.
I showed you mine, now you show me yours.
Well, especially because he was already perving on Ryder.
He was
so.
already perving on Ryder, yes.
いいよ。本題に入ろう。と言っても、話すべきことなんて一つだけだけどね。うん。さっきも言ったけど、僕と協力しないか、エミヤ。マスターになったものの、聖杯戦争っていうのがどんなものか知らなくてさ。一人でいるよりは信用できるやつと手を組みたいんだ。
I don't know what the hell Holy Grail War is either.
俺も聞きたいことがある。返事をするのはそれからだ。
何？僕がどうしてマスターになったかってこと？
I nod. As far as I know, Shinji's not a mage. Till I find out how Shinji was selected to be a master, I don't intend on working with him.
マスターは魔術師であることが大前提だと聞いた。俺も未熟ながら魔術をかじっていて、偶然サーバントと契約してマスターになったんだが、シンジも偶然サーバントを呼び出して聖杯戦争に巻き込まれたのか。
Shiro, my guy, what you've just done there is you've given him an out where he could just say, yeah, that's what happened. You just ask the question, like, how did you get yours? Don't give him suggestions to latch onto, you dumbass. If that's what happened with him, we're in the same boat. I don't think I'd be able to refuse his proposal to team up in that case.
へえ、エミヤは偶然マスターになったのか。そうなんだ。よかった。それなら納得できる。
Shinji giggles like it's the funniest thing he's ever heard.
ま、僕も似たようなものかな。本人の意思に反してマスターになってしまったという点では同じだ。けど勘違いするなよ。僕はマスターが何であるか知っていたし、聖杯戦争のことだって前から知っていた。マトウの家はね、お前の家なんかとは違う。れっきとした魔術師の家系なんだからさ。
That's true. They were part of the last war as well. Shinji's uncle Karia was the master of Berserker in the Fourth Grail War. The Matos are a family of mages. Yeah, the other one Tosaka knew about.
聞いてないぞ、そんなの。
Of course you haven't. Why would you have heard that?
待てよ、それじゃあシンジと。
And Sakura, his sister, have also trained in magecraft.
落ち着けよエミヤ。マトウ家はね、魔術師の家系ではあるけど、もう枯れてしまった一族なんだ。マトウの先祖は遠坂の家と一緒にこの土地にやってきたらしいが、日本の土が合わなかったんだってさ。代を重ねるごとに魔術回路ってやつ、それが減っていって、僕が生まれた時にはもうマトウの血筋は一般人に戻ってしまったそうだ。
Who could ever forget about the Fourth War's Berserker and his habit of hijacking fighter jets to gun down enemy servants with? That's true, yes. He literally did, like, take over a fighter jet and use it to fight other servants. By the way, he got away with that because one of his various noble phantasms is Eternal Arms Master, because it's Lancelot.
Damn it. Stop ruining historical figures I like. This franchise upsets me.
Yeah. Knight of Owner, that's the one, yeah. Arthur! Yeah, he doesn't speak in rectangles, he just shouts Arthur a lot.
This upsets me.
Which was really awkward when he and Artoria ran into each other.
That upsets me a ridiculous amount.
It's okay, there is a non-angry Lancelot. I mean, yeah, so we do have, hold on, where's Zerker-Lot? Zerker. So there's, you know, Berserker Lancelot.
I hate it.
There's also a Saber Lancelot. Obviously. I mean, Knight of the Round Table. What else would he be? Where the fuck? There he is. There he is. There's Saber Lancelot.
Mar, why are you doing this to me?
No, I already told her about the 12 Olympian gods being spaceships.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me they could form a Megazord!
Well, I didn't think it was relevant at the time.
And of course Zeus is the crotch of the Megazord. What else would he be?
The weenus.
This upsets me.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
だからマトウの人間は魔術師じゃない。昔魔術師であった家系なだけなんだ。
Like, we have all the knowledge about magic stuff, but we're kind of useless at it.
Mar's also saying that the Matos are actually worse than the Emiyas when it comes to magic.
Well, yeah, they're Shinji is probably worse at magic than Shiro. That's genuinely probably a fair assessment, yes.
昔は魔術師だった。それじゃあ今は知
But
識
they
だけが
know
残っている
more
のか。
about magic than Shiro does.
Translation: the reason why the Matos want the Grail is to get an influx of magic back into their family. Presumably.
Logic was that since Lancelot was known to be stupidly good at using any weapon, including a stick, of course he would have a skill that makes anything he touches into a weapon, especially when it's already a weapon, like a fighter jet.
And listen, Bio, I understand the rationale behind Lancelot being available as a berserker class. That wasn't what upsets me. I hate the design. Inu was showing me Zerker Lancelot's design, and I hate it. It makes me very upset.
Well, I didn't show you the shadow variant, but like, he does also just kind of have a wispy like shadow form.
けど魔術回路がなくなったって魔術を学ぶことに変わりはない。マスターのことも聖杯戦争のことも調べればすぐに分かった。突然マスターに選ばれてこうやって落ち着けるのも先代の教えがあったからなのさ。
I see. When I became a master, it was Tosaka who taught me about Holy Grail Wars. So similarly, Shinji was able to understand his own situation thanks to the writings his family passed down.
つまり真珠は魔術の知識だけを教えられてきたんだな。ならさくらも同じように魔術を習ってきたのか。
Ew, gross. No, we don't let girls be mages, Shiro.
はあ、もう本当に何も知らないんだな君。いいかい？古い家柄の魔術師は一人にしか秘術を伝えないんだ。子供が二人いたら跡取りにするのは長男だけだよ。一つのものを二つに分けたら力が薄まるだろう。10の魔術を一つの結晶にして残していき、血をより濃くしていくのが魔術師だ。いくら肉親だからって安売りはしないのさ。だから魔術師の家系はね、跡取り以外に魔術は教えない。後継者に選ばれなかった子供は自分の家が魔術を学ぶものだと知らずに育てられるか養子に出すっていうのがセオリーなのさ。
そうか、それならよかった。
So to sum up what Shinji's saying, mage families fucking suck as a rule. And I want Sakura to live a normal, peaceful life, having nothing to do with magecraft. I'd never want her to get involved in a battle that forces someone to fight without reason.
さあ、これで分かっただろ、エミヤ。僕はマスターになったものの魔術には疎い。君はそうだね。少しは使えるって言うけど、知識の方は素人同然だ。
I can take a poster and turn it into a metal pipe. Basically a god of magic.
And I've learned how to shove a hot metal rod up my spine.
Down my
Does
spine.
that count?
I could also X-ray air conditioning machines with my mind.
To figure out what's wrong with them and repair them for the student council.
Basically god of magic.
Most talented mage ever.
Damn right.
ほら、ちょうどいいと思わないか。勝手にマスターにさせられた者同士、協力しようよ。
それは構わないが、確認するけど、それは身を守るためなんだな、シンジ。
いや、それもあるけど、まずは当面の敵を叩かないとまずいんじゃない？僕、なんか彼女から目の敵にされてるみたいだしさ。
目の敵にされてる？まさかお前、それ遠坂のこと言ってるのか？
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。そうでもなければ、僕を邪
Shinji,
険に
she's
するもの
treated
か。
you like crap for as long as you've known her. Hey Shiro, maybe you want to ask Shinji the other important question that's pertinent to ask a new master you just discovered goes to your school. You know, if he's the one trying to soupify the school.
いいか、あいつは他のマスターを許さないやつだぞ。そんなの一緒にいるエミヤだってわかるだろう。けどさ、何の物好きか知らないけど、遠坂は君に気を許している。あの隙のない女がだぜ。ほら。
Because he has the servant she
倒すには
wants.
絶
That's
好の機会だと
why.
思わない。
And because she's been crushing on him for a while, but... I won't be a part of this. Actually, I can't. If Shinji really wanted to protect himself, he would have asked Tosaka too, not just me. Besides...
シンジ、聖杯戦争を管理している奴がいるのは知ってるか？
ああ、教会の神父だってね。前回の生き残りだって言うけど、うるさそうだから会ってないよ。僕は魔術師じゃないんだから、魔術師としてのルールなんて押し付けられるのは面倒じゃない？
Shinji's contradicting himself. If he really wanted to stop fighting, he should have gone straight to Kotomine.
シンジ、学校に結界が貼ってあることは知っているのか？
知ってるよ。僕にはわからないけど、ライダーが教えてくれた。
あれはお前じゃないのか？遠坂は学校にいるマスターの仕業だと言っていたけど。
ああ、あれは僕じゃないよ。確かにあの学園にはもう一人マスターがいるから、そいつの仕事じゃないの。
So his response is, not me, shrug.
遠坂は一人しかいないと言っていたぞ。
Well, Tosaka has also said a bunch of other stuff that is patently untrue. She just thinks she knows a whole bunch and kinda doesn't, is the funny thing.
遠坂を信用しすぎるのもなんだけどね。ま、それは別にしても、あいつは間違ってるよ。遠坂が探っている気配は魔術回路ってやつなんだろ。なら僕は彼女が感知できるマスターじゃない。だって元から魔術回路なんてないんだから。初めからさ、僕は普通のマスターたちのレーダーに映らない存在なんだよ。
Let's see. Presence of mages or command spells ultimately activates through magical energy. But if someone without magical energy becomes a master, the only way to identify them would be seeing them directly. Tosaka's method of seeking out people with their own magical energy wouldn't lead her to masters like Shinji. Shinji doesn't have a single one of the traits Tosaka's expecting in a master.
そうか。そうなると、今遠坂が感知しているマスターっていうのは他にいるんだろう。
Also, Bio, Shiro, what's more likely here? That the abusive douchebag is lying to you, or that there's somehow a fourth master at your school? Also, Ren is wrong, the most true statement Shinji will ever say. Yeah, Ren is frequently incorrect, but it's not her fault.
I was about to say,
Her dad died when she was like, 10.
Also, she's making the assumption that all the other masters will be competent mages.
7. Sorry, her dad died when she was like 7.
So she's working from a limited and largely incorrect list of facts, too.
Yes.
That she 100% believes to be absolutes.
Yep. With that settled, there's no point in me staying here any longer. Also, her bloodline is literally cursed, so it's not Rin's fault that she's wrong at times when it's really bad that she'd be wrong. Yeah, the Tosakas are also cursed. That's not a joke. They are literally cursed to always fuck up at the pivotal moment.
Noted.
おい、エミヤ。協力の話はどうなんだよ。
それは断る。遠坂を倒すなんて相談には乗らない。第一、あいつは何もしていないだろう。あいつとはいずれ戦うことになるけど、今は信頼できるし、していたいんだ。
何かあってからじゃ遅いと思うけどね。まあそういうならいい。僕も君と同じく様子を見るさ。
Okay, anyway. Surprisingly, Shinji gives up. He doesn't try to stop me from going home, and he doesn't send Ryder to attack me. Shinji really is a complicated guy. He may act like a jerk, but he seems to try to play fair in his own way.
なあ、シンジ。しつこいようだけど、さくらはお前のことを知ってるのか？
知らないし教えてやるつもりもない。マトウの跡取りは僕だからね。さくらには何も知らないまま僕の妹でいさせてやるさ。
助かる。さくらにはあのままでいてほしい。
そうか。そこまでさくらの心配をされちゃ兄貴として礼をしないとね。誰だかは知らないけど、マスターの一人は寺に巣を張ってるよ。
寺って、まさか竜道寺にか？
The Ryudoji Temple, the Ryudo
僕
Temple
のサー
Temple.
バントが言うには、山には魔女が潜んでいるそうだ。大規模に魂を集めているそうだから、早めに叩かないと厄介らしい。
That's true. That makes 5 masters. And if this witch is collecting a massive amount of souls, there's a high probability it's the cause of what came up in the news this morning.
話はそれ
Oh
だけ。
god, their noble phantasm causes gas leaks.
それじゃあレイダー、送ってやってよ。いいかい？エミヤは味方だから、傷つけるんじゃないぞ。
Shinji orders Ryder and she walks closer to me.
いや、それは。
遠慮するなって。家を出るまでは僕の責任なんだから。怪我をされたら困る。ああ、ライダー。送るのは玄関まででいいからな。外にさえ出てくれたら、僕とは無関係だから。それまでは丁重に送ってやれ。
Shinji retreats to the back room. I silently look towards Ryder. The black-garbed Ryder says nothing. What surprises me, though, is that when I take a closer look, I notice she has a graceful and innocent-looking face. Her floor-length purple hair exudes a foul odor of blood, but at the same time, she is unbelievably beautiful. I realize I'm staring because of her appearance, and I'm embarrassed for a moment, but I feel like her face and her outfit just don't match at all. If I had to boil her down to a single phrase, she's like a priestess dripping in blood. She's both holy and evil. Ryder is a walking contradiction.
というか、
I mean, she does have divinity, so... Why are all heroic spirits so beautiful?
Not the first word I'd use to describe Heracles, but
What do you not find beautiful about a giant 10-foot-tall hulking muscle mountain?
that pretty much.
At this, as I think this, I find myself looking up at Ryder's face out of sheer curiosity. Wow, she's pretty tall for a woman. She's easily 170 centimeters tall. Don't ask me why I know this. That's like about 5'7".
I was about to Google it, so that helps, actually.
In fact, it's just about exactly 5'7".
Oh, Mars obsessing over Ryder.
Although I do, does that actually list that in her Bio, maybe? Not you, Bio. It's 172 centimeters specifically, Shiro. Fucking clod. This really isn't the time for calm observation. Being alone with her is a problem in itself. I should hurry out of the Mato mansion. Ryder sticks with me all the way to the entrance. I don't know about this. She doesn't even seem alive, but maybe she'll answer if I try talking to her. Alright, you got a choice. There's not a death here. This is not a death point.
I do still have to save.
Yes. But this is not a death, so you are certainly welcome to chat with Medusa if you are so inclined to do so.
Ryder, さっきのシンジの話は本当なのか?
I ask, not really expecting a response. There's no change in Ryder, just her long hair fluttering in the wind.
だよな。悪かった。敵同士なのにつまんないこと聞いちまって。
I step out through the door, raising my hand to show her my appreciation for seeing me out. But then!
それはありません。あの山に魔女が住んでいるのは真実です。
ライダ
ー。挑むのならば気をつけなさい。あの魔女は男性というものを知り尽くしていますから。
Ryder speaks indifferently.
Witch, not mage.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So caster.
That's what Shinji said earlier too. Was mage or witch rather.
Yeah, but I'd believe Shinji being derogatory towards women. I believe I'm more inclined to believe Ryder's using more descriptive terminology.
For what it's worth, in Mahoyo, both Aoko and Alice are referred to as witches, even though they're both mages and practice magecraft. So, at least occasionally within the Type Moon universe, those terms are used interchangeably.
Well, until I hear otherwise, in this game, I'm going to assume that that means that Caster is the one that's out in the woods.
Well, I mean, we only are missing 2 servants at this point, so 50-50 shot.
Well, and the other one's assassin, which I just can't picture anyone describing as a witch.
Well,
By all means, try and prove me wrong. I can't wait to be furious.
I don't know if I can, honestly. Let me see. Just doing a quick scroll here.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I got nothing immediately off the top of my head, but I also don't have every single assassin in the entire game, so I might be overlooking somebody.
Yeah, so I'm going with my gut here, and the witch out in the forest is just Caster.
Seems as good a theory as any.
My gut seems to do me well in the game.
So far so good, yeah.
それと、シンジのことをよろしく頼む。あいつはああいうやつだからさ。あんたが守ってやってくれ。
I catch myself getting surprised, but I manage to reply. I guess that was funny because...
人がいいのですね、あなたは。 シンジが懐柔しようというのもわかります。
It's funny because Ryder likes Shiro more than she likes her own master. Ryder giggles softly, then disappears into the Mato house. I mean, I know of a couple of assassins that later got caster forms, but that doesn't necessarily make them witches, is the problem. Like, Wu Zetian and Charlotte Corday both later got caster forms, but
that's not what either of those figures would be primarily.
no,
associated
Wu
with.
Zetian was known for being the Empress of China, and Charlotte Corday was known for trying to assassinate somebody in France. I don't remember. Something to do with the French Revolution, I think. If I walk towards the residential area on the other side, I'll be heading home. But
竜道寺にマスターがいるか。
that's what Shinji and Ryder told you, yes. Also, that's where Issei lives. Reminder.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an hour's walk towards the mountain from here.
You mean the person that I've been assuming is a master the entire game?
You were, like, immediately suspicious of Issei, yeah.
You mean the person I went, he's popped up too much not to be relevant.
The desolate mountain road eventually reaches the gates of Ryudo Temple. Ryudo Temple is a big temple up on the mountain. A mountain temple, if you will. It's about the size of a temple. And about the size of our school.
Oh, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Is it in here?
Yes.
Thing? What's it telling me about? Nope, that's Archer.
That's Archer. One more. That's Ryder. Ryder! Master, Shinji Mato. True name unknown. Gender female. Height and weight 172 centimeters, 57 kilograms. Can confirm based on her thing in Grand Order. Alignment chaotic good. Strength C, E Constitution, B in Agility, B in Magic, D in Luck, and an A+ rank Noble Phantasm.
Yeah, that's
She could hurt Heracles.
that's not overly surprising that she'd have an A+ Noble Phantasm. Given I assume it's turn people to stone.
That's not a Noble Phantasm, that's just her Mystic Eyes. She just has Mystic Eyes of Petrification, that's all. We know nothing about her. We know she has Magic Resistance rank B and Riding rank A+. And we know nothing about her NP yet.
Just curious.
Jean Paul Marat. Yeah, that's the one. That Charlotte Corday stabbed with a knife. Kind of weird how Shiro's able to so accurately gauge someone's height and weight just by looking at them for half a second. You know.
In a dark room.
As you do. Even just when he was like eyeballing it, he was like, she's like 170 centimeters. He was off by 2 centimeters, but like he was pretty close.
Yeah, but 2 centimeters is what? Like
Less than an inch.
less than an inch?
Like
2/3
roughly
an inch?
2/3 of an inch, yeah.
So, this much.
Ish. The cemetery is large. The temple itself is like a small temple and a world of its own, with about 50 training monks living on its ground. The people in town use the Ryudo Temple for various temple-based purposes, but they also respect it as a temple, a sacred place that shouldn't be entered lightly, on
Because
account of
it's
it
a
being a
temple.
temple.
そういえばここ最近竜道寺には行ってないな。
I haven't been there ever since I stayed there for some mental training last summer, because it's a temple and is a good place to do mental training. I know temple life is hard during the winter, so I was thinking about visiting during winter break.
ん
Hi, Issei.
午後の授業をボイコットした男がこんなところで何をしている？
I was
Yeah,
thinking of
that
going
coming.
to, I was thinking of going to your house actually. Speak of the devil, I run into Ryudo Temple's heir, Issei Ryudo Temple, on the road.
いや 学校もう終わったのか？
It would be great, like, if he got married to someone with the last name of Temple, and then they decided to hyphenate, and he became Issei Ryudo Temple of the Ryudo Temple. Hi, I'm Ryudo Temple's Issei Ryudo Temple. Please come to our temple. It is a temple. I feel the need to tell people
終わ
that.
ったとも生徒会でやることもないので帰ってきたのだが何かあったのか見たところお山を
So
眺
I
めて
don't
いた
know
よ
why my brain did this, but here is how I read those first couple sentences. Obviously, I don't have anything to do for this stupid student council, so I was heading home.
He's in charge of the stupid student council, so.
Right, that's why I stopped and reread. I'm like, oh no, I just put the word stupid in there.
Also, Issei Temple Ryudo is his full government name. True story. Temple is his middle name. Hello, I'm Issei Temple Ryudo of the Ryudo Temple.
I just love that my brain decided with the smug look on his face that the word stupid had to be somewhere in what he was saying, and I decided that it's clearly the stupid student council.
Obviously stupid. I don't have anything to do for the student council, so I was heading stupid home. Something
ま
wrong,
あ別
stupid?
に何かあったわけじゃない。なんとなく家に帰りたくなっただけだ。
Specifically to your home, I guess.
なんとなくで授業を休まれては教師は商売上がったりだでなぜお山なんぞを拝んでおったのかと聞いているの
I
だ
heard there
が
was a witch there.
I was just thinking it's been a while since I've been to visit your house. By the way, have you had any witches start staying with you recently? Just no particular reason.
伊勢、一つ聞くけど、最近さ、なんか変わったことないか？
うん変動など左半時だがさりとて劇的な境地に至ることもなしお山は
Wow,
日々
my
これ平穏
brain is
しかるに平穏
really
こ
not
そ日常
playing
よ
nice with me today.
Change is stupid.
No, second sentence is where my brain had it.
The mountain is stupid.
No. The
Peace
mountain-
is a lie.
No. The mountain lion is always at
Ah, yes. This is our pet mountain lion. We call him Mounty, the mountain lion of the Ryudo Temple, which is a temple, where we have a mountain lion on the mountain on which the Ryudo Temple, which is a temple, sits.
I really don't know why my brain keeps adding random words into the sentence that I'm reading.
Bio! Bio! When we get to it, you're gonna have to tell me when we hit the Saber's Lighthouse scene so we can properly explain how my exhausted brain after 3 days of not sleeping managed to insert something about lighthouses into a scene that had nothing to do with lighthouses.
Look, I don't know why my brain is doing this to me tonight.
At least a mountain lion makes sense when there's a mountain involved. There was nothing to do with lighthouses when I invented Saber's Lighthouse.
I like your explanation, Bio. We spent too much time in Shinji's presence and it's stupid and affected my brain.
True story.
But here's the thing, and all of this, okay? As tired and out of it and adding words as I am to this, it's still not as bad as that one night when we were playing, God, was it Mass Effect where I went into some random view state and uttered a completely illogical sentence that made no sense to me or Bio afterwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was during Mass Effect.
Oh God. I'm crying. I don't
You certainly can tell that both of you are related at times.
Yeah, Willow's dying. She's fine. I promise I'm still breathing. It's okay.
Breath. Not breathe, breath.
And I didn't understand a single word that came out of Willow's mouth there. Yeah, neither did me. Neither did I. Jesus fucking Christ.
Me also not understand when we talk. Words hard. Me speaking simple word.
Who asked you?
The mountain lion is always at peace. And peace is the focus of the mountain lion's life. Like the most I got out of that is just that you maybe mentioned Mass Effect. Yeah, he wasn't talking about the Mass Effect time. He was talking about just now when nobody could understand anything you were saying other than me.
Look, you were the only one that needed to understand me.
Why use many word when few word do trick? Below. So anyway, the mountain lion is always at peace. Let's carry on.
Shut up.
真面目な話をしているんだ。
Bio, we need you to source a picture of a peaceful mountain lion.
Don't give Bio homework. He's just gonna message it to me.
Yes, that's the point. On like, I don't know, midday on Tuesday. When she's forgotten about
こ
this.
っちだって真面目だぞ。
Please don't do it midday. I will check my phone because it'll ding. And then I'll be laughing like an idiot in my office for no reason. Can we at least do it somewhere between Wednesday and Friday when I'm not at work?
Midday Tuesday. You have your instructions.
みたいだな。ならいいんだ。取り越し苦労だった。
分かればよい。俺がエミヤ相手にふざけるものか。
Issei clears his throat to calm himself down.
I'm not even reading anymore. Jesus fuck, I need to focus.
Look, it's fine as long as you understand. Issei never kids around with him. There is a peaceful mountain lion at the temple.
Why do I share my random misreads with you?
変化があるとい
It
えば
never
あ
ends
る
well
の
for
だが
me.
どうしたものかな。
Issei, I have to ask you something very important. I need you to bear with me. Just focus for a second, Issei. Who the fuck is Liara's dad? Never mind, this game is set 4 years before Mass Effect came out.
ああ、小山ではなくうちの空気が浮ついている。
I'm
親
glad
父
the
との
mountain
知り合い
lion's
らしいのだが、
consistent.
少しばかり厄介な
They have a
作
guest
品
at the
を迎えてい
temple.
てな。これが結構な美人であるから始末が悪い。
A beautiful woman living at your temple, who's an acquaintance of your father.
This sounds familiar.
まったく。
Is she from Europe by any chance?
何を騒いでいるのやら。
Fire says you joke with the mountain lion, but that mountain lion spent years in its search for internal peace. The shining example for all of the temple monks at Ryudo Temple to strive towards.
Reminder, Ryudo Temple is a temple
待って。
on a mountain.
竜道寺って甘さんいたっけ？
No, we
No,
do
no,
not.
nuns are the Catholic Church, thank you.
There are many nuns in Type Moon. True story.
おらぬ。
Why?
わけあり
Because
でな。
the church is a major
Sure,
player.
but they
We already met
have
Kotomine, so
Kotomine.
obviously there's a bunch of nuns.
Yeah.
Sure,
これが
but
確かに
There's
美しい
two of them in
人だな。
Mahoyo. There's at
井戸から
least
水
two
を
more
汲
in
む姿など
Tsukihime.
俺
There's
でも目を奪われる。
one in Hollow Ataraxia.
わけありってどういうわけだよ。って、ニセ。おーい、俺の話聞こえてるか？
chat, you keep
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
evil away from my brother.
Yeah, there is another in case files. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Kevin, you keep that evil away from my brother.
Oh, don't worry. I've already seen the yellow raincoats. Don't worry. It's taken care of. I don't even want to imagine Issei having to deal with a weird nun who showed up out of nowhere. Fuyuki would not survive.
いいか。 だから女性はいけないんだ。女性は色欲立つべし。落ち着け、一斉。
Reject lust, Issei. Calm down, Issei. The student council president mumbles some sort of sutra.
Brain, I need you to function, please. I
The
added
student
an
council president mumbles some sort of mountain lion.
No. This time the word my brain put in, not actually a word. It just put an L between the S and the U in sutra. Slutra.
Slutra. Slutra.
もしもーし。
Issei, hater of all women,
Issei.
Ryudo. Could you imagine Kiara showing up at Ryudo Temple? Oh god.
問題ない。修行不足なのでより精進したいと思う。
I can tell he's not listening. Issei continues to mumble, giving himself a pep talk, and disappears into the town's outskirts. He has to go feed the mountain lion. It's very important. Starving. This music lives rent-free in my head. By the time I get back home, the sun is almost setting, and just like yesterday, I'm the first one back. Sakura and Fujine will probably get here soon too, and Tosaka will come home later on.
シンジから聞いた話は、さくらと藤姉が帰ってからだな。
Slutra. Oh my god, it is Kiara up there. We're all fucking doomed. So I can't show you Kiara because I haven't summoned either of her variants. But her NP involves unzipping her chest and like her stomach and stuffing things into it and then zipping it back up again.
Why?
It's a weird sex thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
She's a nun.
I mean, they do say that there's a tendency among people who spend a ridiculous amount of time with the religious orders being some of the most depraved sexual deviants out there.
Well, that
so-
and people that went to Catholic school.
Right. Spending a large amount of time in a religious institution. That's what I said.
There's no point in talking in secret when those two are around. Having decided that, I'd better prepare dinner. Tosaka beat me with her cooking last night, and I need to do something to improve Fujine's mood before she murders me for
cutting
skipping half
class,
a day of school. The secret ingredient to a great dish is time and effort rather than love. If I want to guarantee my win, I'll have to spend double the time I usually would on cooking. Because if they had Kiara's original Noble Phantasm from the game she was in, then the game would get hard restricted. Oh yeah, true story. Yeah. And so...
I was about to say, that's not how we say that, he knew.
And here's what happened.
ふーんで何よ負けてないんだから遠坂さんのバカいじめっ子ですから私が言っているのは料理の味じゃありませんその藤村先生曰く今までで一番美味しい夕食なんですからみんなに分け与えた方がいいんじゃないかって話です言ってることが違うと思う遠坂さんシロの作ったご飯はあんまり食べたくないって言ったじゃないそれは朝だけの話です夕飯はきちんととりますしそもそも夕食は私とエミヤ君との交代制なんですから私が食べるのは当然のそれが嫌だというのでしたら明日からは藤村先生が代わってください的確に急所をついてくるその性格くそこんなひどい教え子だとは思わなかったよ
I go over here not being able to cook. And with that, Fujine reluctantly returns the wooden container of rice to the dining table. 5 servings of my specialty mixed rice safely returned to the dining table. in a wooden container that returns to the dining
今日は
table.
山ほど飯作ったんだから別にがっつく必要なんかないぞ。ちゃんと飯もおかずも人数分作ったんだし。
Okay, that time what I misread actually worked in context. I read I made a pantry of food today.
Well, I mean, yeah. Munch munch.
そうですね。でも先輩、これはちょっと作りすぎかな。
Well, I can't help it, Sakura. It was an entire pantry full of food. I thought I was feeding a mountain lion. Why would Taika need to know how to cook? She spent the last 10 years of her life having a literal child cook all her meals for her, on top of her being a Yakuza princess. Yep. Clack clack.
ええ、4人分のタレを2段重ねというのは明らかに重量過多です。
Is it? You eat like Goku. Chomp chomp.
タレじゃない、おひつ。いいんだよ。今日のメインはご飯なんだから多めに作っても。余ったらおにぎりにするから明日の昼飯にもなるし。
Munch munch.
それ私の分もいい？私チャーハンは好きじゃないんだけど、これは別格。ねえねえ、なんかいろいろ入ってるけど何入れたわけ？
Choo choo.
基本的にはキノコの炊き込みご飯ですよね。油物を混ぜる代わりに柚子で香りを
Oh
取ったら
god, now I'm doing
細
it.
かいです。
What did you read?
And instead of using bean crud, you mixed in Yakuza citrus to make it aromatic. I double fucked it. Bean crud instead of bean curd. And Yakuza citrus.
The Shinji brain break is spreading. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Ugh, I was infected by the mountain lion.
Mountain Lion isn't even where it started.
No,
It
but
started
that's
with
where
the stupid student council.
fucking goddamn student council. We interrupt your regularly scheduled Fate Stay Night broadcast to bring you an emergency episode of Cooking with Emiya.
いいもん。こうなったら私一人で空にするんだから見てなさいよ。
Fujine must have given up monopolizing the wooden container of rice, but she starts to shovel food in her mouth with alarming speed. The moment her rice bowl is empty, she thrusts it out, requesting another helping.
いいけど、そんなに急がなくてもなくならないぞ、藤ね。
いいの。シロのご飯は私が食べるんだから。昨日今日やってきた人にはあげないもん。
Fujine snatches the rice bowl. I really don't get it. Sakura laughs uncomfortably, Tosaka looks exasperated and ignores Fujine, and Saber just sits there, eating her food. I worked pretty hard to make all of this, but it's looking like that might have backfired. Taiga, no, you can't possibly eat that much food at one time. You're gonna end up Squidwarding yourself. The dinner, which I'd intended to make Tosaka... admit defeat, ended boisterously thanks to Fujine's eccentric behavior.
Stupid student council.
それじゃあ先輩、失礼しますね。
To my brother and his weird hot friend.
Yeah, you know we have a European living at our house now? Yeah, I know, I met her today. You did what? Nothing.
藤ね、さくらをよろしくな。ちゃんと家まで送って。
はいはい、分かってるから安心なさい。
Fujine takes Sakura's hand and they turn to go. See, even Shiro has been infected by Shinji's stupid aura.
何シロ、なんか不思議そうな顔してるけど。
そりゃ不思議だ。普通人間はあれだけ食うと身動きが取れなくなる。
そうかな。苦しかったけど飲み込んじゃえばなんとかなるものよ。
And the problem is that Taiga doesn't realize that people have limits. You can't really expect something like that from a wild tiger. Hopefully we can try to keep her contained so she doesn't run wild in polite society.
じゃ、また明日な。夜更かしするなよ、二人とも。
おやすみなさい先輩。おやすみシロ。
See the two off and go back to the living room. I mentioned I had something to tell them after dinner, so Tosaka and Saber are sitting in the living room looking serious.
お疲れ様。それで話っていうのは何？
And at some point while I was walking them out, she changed.
Rin changed her clothes, yes.
他のマスターの話だ。聞いてほしいことがある。
So I found two more of them. One of them is Shinji, and the other is at the Ryudo Temple.
And I'm refusing to believe it's Issei.
I thought you thought it was Issei. Now you said
No.
like-
I'm saying from his perspective.
Gotcha.
He's refusing to believe it's Issei.
Saber's brows furrow slightly. As a servant, her life is focused on combat rather than a peaceful daily routine. I still don't think her wounds have completely healed. Even with her healing powers, the chest wound Lancer's noble phantasm inflicted won't heal quickly. With that in mind, I hesitate to tell them about Shinji. I'm the same as Shinji. I want to avoid fighting as much as I can, and I don't think it's right for a young girl like Saber to wield a sword.
シロ、話があるのではないのですか？
Dude, Shiro, she is literally like 800 right now.
率直に言うとだな。今日、ライダーとそのマスターに会ってきた。
ライダーのマスターに会ってきたっていつの話よそれ。
Today.
そんなバカな。一人で敵のマスターに会うなどと自分の身を何と考え
Guys,
ているのですか？
relax. It was just Shinji.
待て、落ち
Who
着け
may or may not have wanted to kill
大丈夫だ
Tosaka.
怪我なんてしていないから、そう怒らないでくれ。
怒るななどと。いえ、私は怒ってなどいません。
I'm motherfucking
シロ
goddamn
の行動に呆れ
livid.
ているだけです。右に同じ。まあ、済んだことを言っても始まらないわ。それで、どういうことなのよ、シロ。
Tosaka and Saber are glaring at me, obviously furious. Ah, crap. I knew they'd say something about me being rash, but I never imagined they'd be so livid.
会ったのは今日の午後だ。
I get mad, Shiro. I get disappointed. Disappointed! I met the master this afternoon. Wait!
話し合いをするっていうから付き合っただけで、別に戦ったわけじゃない。
見ればわかるわ。で、ライダーのマスターはどんなやつだったの？
He goes to our school.
どんなや
He's
つかっ
kind
て
of a dickbag.
信じたよ。
His name is Shinji.
学校で結界を探っていたら声をかけられてな。話があるからついてこいって、マトウの家まで行ったんだ。
シンジって本当にあのシンジ？
No,
No,
a different
the other
one.
Shinji.
Yeah, the other Shinji, obviously.
ああ、ライダーもシンジに従ってたし、聖杯戦争も知ってたぞ。なんでも、マトウは由緒正しい魔術師の
Sort of.
関係なんだって。
ああ、それはそうだけど、そんなはずないのよ。マトウの家は先代でもう枯渇しているはずだもの。何があろうと、マトウの子供に魔術回路はつかない。これは絶対よ。
If there's ever a point where Rin should know what she's talking about, it's this one. Her family administers the area. They are responsible for knowing who the mage families are and who the mages in those families are as part of the Mages Association. So she should know if they have mages or not. Like, Tosaka seems pretty sure of what she's saying. Yes, because it's literally her mage job to know that sort of thing. If she says so, then Shinji and Sakura really don't have any magic circuits.
To be fair, neither do you, unless you shove a metal rod in your spine.
He has one magic circuit that he makes temporarily whenever he needs it.
ああ、シンジもそう言っていた。けど、知識だけは残ってたんだと。長男であるシンジにしか教えなかったそうだから、さくらは知らないとか。要するにさ、俺と似たタイプのマスターなんだよ、あいつ。自分には魔力がないから、遠坂の感知にも引っかからないとか言ってたぞ。
Which does mean
That there's another master at the school.
that's sure the implication, ain't it?
そうまずったわね。確かにそういうケースだってあるか。魔導書が残っているんならマスターになるぐらいはできるだろうし。もうそれじゃあ私の行動ってあいつに筒抜けだったんだ。バカ。
Osaka's beating herself up for what she's done so far. She may be almost flawless, but it seems like she can be kinda ditzy too. The problem is, most of those gaffes turn out to be fatal. She's literally cursed!
私のミスだわ。シンジのことはしっかりマークしておくべきだった。知っていたら結界を張らせるなんてこともなかったのに。
Actually, Shinji says he didn't make it. I asked and he said no. And you believed him? Yes?
あ、いや、学校の結界はシンジじゃないって言ってたぞ。学校にはもう一人マスターがいるんだとさ。
ええ、それはそうでしょうね。学校にはまだ一人私たちの知らないマスターがいるのは明白よ。けどシロ、あなたまさか結界を張ってないっていうシンジの言葉を信じてるの？
Yeah.
そこまでお人よしじゃない。シンジが学校にいる以上、半分の割合でシンジの仕業だと思う。あとの半分はまだ正体が知れないマスターだろう。
The girl picks mages to fight be masters in the girl war. I'll take statements that age like ancient milk for 500, please. Yeah.
まあそれはそれでいいわ。そういう余分なところがあなたの味だし、だからこそシンジは正体を明かしたんだろうしさ。まあいいわ。それでシンジと何を話したのよ、あなた。
Well, I got to
Killing
meet
you.
I got to meet Ryder. Shinji wanted me to team up to beat you up.
手を組まないかだとさ。シンジも戦うつもりはないらしい。だから顔見知りとなら協力したいって風だったけど。
シロ、あなた。
いや、断るだろう普通。俺もう遠坂と手を組んでるし。返事をするにしたってちゃんと遠坂に話を通さないとダメじゃないか。
それはそうだけど、でも断ったって言った？
ああ、さっきはああ言ったけど、シンジへの返答は俺の独断でやっちまった。遠坂の耳に入れるような話でもなかったし、それともやっぱり早まったのか、俺。
別にシロの判断は正しいんじゃない？まああんた個人にお呼びがかかったんなら私が文句を言う筋合いでもないけどさ。
The way she's mumbling makes her seem, well, not quite herself.
シンジからの話はそれだけだよ。俺の見た限りじゃライダーもそう強力なサーバントでもなかった。バーサーカーは言うに及ばず、ランサーより威圧感はなかったと思う。ライダー本人も
マスターがそう実感したのなら確かでしょう。ですがサーバントの進化は天使と宝具に左右されます。ライダーが何者であるか判明するまでは油断はしないようにしろ。
ああ、ライダーがどこの英雄かは全くわからなかった。ほら、ランサーとかバーサーカーはいかにも英雄って感じじゃないか。ライダーにはそれがなくて、どこか
yes, Berserker looks exactly like a hero. I know so many heroes who are, you know, hulking 10-foot tall mountain man.
私には分かりませんが、リンならシローの違和感が説明できますか？え？ああ、うん。理屈だけなら分かるわよ。サーバントがどんな英霊かは呼び出されたマスターに左右されるって話。結構似た者同士になるのよ、マスターとサーバントは。つまり高潔な人物がマスターなら、それに近い霊格をした英霊が召喚される。逆に言えば、心に深い傷を持った人間が英霊を呼び出せば、同じように傷を負った英霊が現れるわ。
And as I have explained, Steno and Uriel are terrible to poor Medusa.
Right. But I thought you said when I asked last week that Sakura didn't summon the servant in this Grail War.
Right. And as you pointed out,
But
the perpetrators of abuse like that are often victims of it themselves.
that's fair, but I also don't see the other markers I would typically associate with that behavior in Shinji, at least yet.
Shinji is a lot of bluster.
シローがライダーに感じた違和感はそれでしょうね。いびつな心を持つマスターは、時として英雄ではなく英霊に近いだけの怨霊を呼び出してしまうのよ。
英霊に近い怨霊？それってまさか前に遠坂が言っていた？
ええ、血を見るのが大好き、人殺しなんて何とも思わないような暴虐者よ。実際残忍さだけが伝承に残っている英雄だっているんだから、そういうやつがサーバントになってもおかしくはないわ。
Is that true? And now that I think about it, I smelled blood on Ryder, but I didn't get the impression she was a bloodthirsty murderer.
まあ
Also, Ring,
Ryder
don't you
のことは
talk shit
それだ
about
けだ。
Ryder like this. I know, right?
最後にもう一つあるんだけど、これが一番重要かもしれない。なんでもさ、ライダーの話じゃ竜道寺にもマスターがいるらしい。そいつは町中の人間から魔力を集めているそうなんだけど、この
竜道寺。竜道寺ってあの山のてっぺんにある寺のこと？
You mean that place you say lives?
だからそうだって。なんだ、思い当たる節でもあるのか、遠坂。
I've heard they have a very chill, enlightened mountain
まさ
lion
か
up there,
その
but
逆よ。竜道寺なんて行ったことないもの。どんなマスターか知らないけど、そんな偏僻なところに陣取ろうなんて思わないわよ、普通。
desolate. Don't we know they have like 40 monks in training up there?
And it's the size of a school?
And also, there's a mountain lion.
You leave the mountain lion alone. Oh god, I'm gonna end up getting a mountain lion plushie at some point.
You know, Shiro, I can't help but feel it might be worthwhile to bring up that Ryder was inexplicably blindfolded. Typically, things like that end up being pretty important descriptors.
いくら人目につかないって言っても、寺には大勢の坊さんが生活しているんだ。怪しい真似をしたらすぐに騒ぎになると思う。
Also, read what other temple in town on a mountain are you thinking about?
仮にそうだとしても、竜道寺って郊外のさらに郊外にあるんでしょ？そこから深山と神と両方に手を伸ばすなんて大魔術っていうより魔力の無駄遣いよ。集めた魔力を使ってもそんな大規模な術は不可能だもの。
Tosaka thinks for a moment, looking troubled. I'm relying on her experience here, so I can't interrupt her.
いえ、シローの話は信憑性が高い。
Meanwhile, Artoria's like, but what if it was, though?
あの寺院を抑えたのなら、その程度の魔術は自然に行えるのですから。
セイバー、あの寺院って竜道寺のことを知ってるのか？まだ連れてったことないぞ、俺。
I've been.
忘れたのですかシロ。私は前回も聖杯戦争に参加しています。この町のことは熟知していますし、
I told you, Shiro. I've been here before. 10 years ago. I know the
落ちた霊
place.
脈？ちょっと待って、それってうちのことよ。なんだって一つの土地に地脈の中心点が2つもあるっていうのよ。それは私にも分かりませんが、とにかくあの寺は魔術師にとって神殿とも言える土地です。この地域の命脈が流れ落ちる場所と聞きますから、魂を集めるには絶好の拠点となるでしょう。魔術師は自然の流れに手を加えるだけで
So how would you not
街中から
already know
生命
about
力を
that
回収
read?
できる。そんな話初めて聞いたわ。けど
God, Reen, you
確
suck
か
at
にそ
your
れなら
job.
町の人間から生命力をかすめ取っていくこともできるわよね。
要するに霊的に優れた土地ってことだろ。そんなの当然じゃないか。
Obviously, it's spiritually powerful. That's how they have an enlightened mountain lion, Shiro.
Right. They've got like a serene mountain lion up there. It's fine.
そんなの当たり前じゃない。言われなくても分かってるわよ。
だよな。昔から寺とか神社ってのは神がかる場所に建てて町を守るものだ。坊さんは神仏に祈って幸を与えるんじゃなくて、鬼門を封じて災いを退ける。その線で言えば竜道寺のあるお山が特別な場所ってのは当然だろう。
Bear with me for a second, people. I'm doing something while my brain is still thinking about it. Are you starting a timer for how many seconds my second takes?
No, although now that you mention it, that's a good idea.
I don't think it's gonna pull up, actually. I'd have to do too much wandering around to find the photo I'm looking for. I was gonna send Bio the image of just the giant lion that Dad and I saw when we were on my weekend.
Ah, yes, the serene mountain lion.
It was a very serene sunbathing lion, in all fairness.
Practically albino, from what I could tell. It was like Kimba.
It was very Kimba-esque.
おい、まさかとは思うが、お前、竜道寺をお飾りの寺だとでも思ってたのか？
Reen, did you think Rito Temple wasn't a
そうよ、
temple?
悪い？今まであるだけの寺だと思ってたわよ。あの寺には実践派の砲術師がいないんだから。
実践派の砲術師？なんだそれ。
度胸や心身、祈願以外で霊を成仏させる連中のこと。各社は神仏の力だけでことをなすそうだけど、修行が浅い僧侶は神仏に届かないから、私たちみたいに自身の力を上乗せして術をなすの。そういう連中が集まって組織みたいになっているのがあるのよ、この国には。私たちとは相入れない連中だから詳しくは知らないけどさ。そんなことより寺のことよ。あの寺が霊脈だとしたら、まず真っ先に抑えようとするのがマスターでしょ。おかしいじゃない。なんで他の連中はそんな場所を見逃しているのよ。
いや、だから竜道寺があるからだろ。悪用されないように見張ってるんだって。
竜道寺の僧侶はみんな純粋な修行僧じゃない。私たちみたいに外れた連中じゃないんだから、そんな人たちを丸め込むぐらいマスターなら造作もないわ。いいえリン、それは違う。確かにマスターならばあの寺院を制圧するのはたやすいでしょう。しかしあの山にはマスターにとって都合の悪い結界が張られているのです。私たちに都合の悪い結界？ はい。あの山には自然霊以外を排除しようとする法術が働いている。生身の人間に影響はありませんが、私たちサーバントには
自然霊以外を排除する。それじゃあサーバントはあの山には入れないってこと？
入れないことはありませんが、能力は低下するでしょう。
So, who I'm assuming Caster, who is at Ryudo Temple, is still, via the ley lines, able to draw in a ridiculous amount of power for themselves while also exhibiting control over said power to harvest souls and energy from people, despite being under a barrier that makes them considerably weaker. That's helpful information to know for my perspective of who I'm dealing with here.
Yeah, basically Caster is operating nerfed at the moment. So that's
足を
fun.
踏み入れるたびに近づいてはならないという令示を受けるようなものですから。
それじゃあどうやって竜道寺のマスターはサーバントを維持しているのよ。
Leyline Reen.
いえ、寺院の中に入ってしまえば結界はありません。元より結界とは寺院を守る境界線と聞きます。結界は外来者を拒むだけのものですから。
Also, it doesn't affect stuff that's already inside the barrier.
じゃあなんとか中に入ってしまえばサーバントを律する法術はないってこと？
So, like, if the servant was summoned within the barrier, they're not affected.
けどおかしいな。そんな風に寺院を密閉させたら地脈そのものが止まるじゃない。せめて一本ぐらい道を開けておかないと地脈の中心点にはなり得ないんじゃない？
はい。寺院の道理で言えば、正しい門から来訪した者は拒めません。その教えに従っているのか、寺に続く参道にだけは結界が張れないと聞きまし
So,
た。
if we want to go in and fight at full strength, we have to literally walk through the front door.
Poor Saber. This game doesn't like making it easy for her.
Hello, I'm here to view your mountain lion and also attack your boarding woman.
あの寺院は正門のみ、私たちサーバントを律する力が働いていないのです。
なるほど。そりゃそうよね。すべての門を閉じたら中の空気がよどむもの。ただ一つだけ私が教えられることはそれだけです。では結論を。マスターがいると判明したのですから、取るべき手段は一つだけだと思いますが。
Go say hi and introduce yourself. Use the Shinjimato approach.
I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes are telling me that since we know the enemy's location, we just need to attack. But...
私はパス。どうにも罠臭いし、正直それだけの情報じゃ動けないわ。相手のホームグラウンドに行くんなら、せめてどんなサーバントを連れているのか判明するまで待つべきよ。
Shiro, I crave violence.
リンならば戦いに赴くと思ったのですが。
侮ってもらって結構よ。こっちはアーチャーがまだ本調子じゃないし、しばらくは傍観するわ。
Archer's not back to his full strength yet, thanks to someone.
わかりました。それではシロ、私たちだけで寺院に赴きましょう。
Artoria is like, I would like to cut things, Shiro.
I'm bored.
Saber is matter of fact about it, but I'm saving.
I assume one of these leads to death.
One of these does lead to death. Care to take a guess which one?
Well, instinctively I want to say it's the go fight option.
It is the go fight option, yes. Listening to Artoria is death. So, time to go fight. Fighter! I'll go on the offensive. There's a master at Ryudo Temple, and I need to stop them from sucking up magical energy from everyone in town as soon as possible.
セイバーに賛成だ。こっちから打って出るのは気が進まないが、それも相手による。竜道寺のマスターがどんなやつか確かめるためにも、 すぐに竜道寺に行くべきだ。
Plus, maybe we'll get another
では
glimpse of the
出陣で
servant
すねシロ。
before we
あな
die.
たが積極的になってくれたのは喜ばしい。
そうあなたがそう決めたのなら私に言うことはないけどせいぜい気をつけることね。
The carefulest.
遠坂。
先に休むわ。私賞賛のない戦いに興味はないから。明日になってあなたが帰ってこなかったら協力者のよしみで骨ぐらい拾いに行ってあげる。
なんだあいつ、縁起でもないこと言いやがって。
今のは凛なりの忠告でしょう。竜道寺には外敵への備えがあるはずです。私たちは敵の罠をくぐり抜け上司たるマスターを倒さねばならないのですから。
いや、それはそうだけど。
Not so enthusiastic and confident that I think I'm going to go in there and beat the master. I just want to learn their identity and motives and then walk away. If all goes well, we might be able to avoid battle, and if things get hairy, we can retreat. I won't ever let her suffer or look so pained again.
Somehow, I doubt that's the way this is ending.
We'll just have to retreat right away if it starts to look too dangerous.
Because turning your back, as Reen's pointed out a number of times, on your enemies in a Grail War always ends well.
Well, as long as you face them while you retreat, you'll be fine. Plus, there's an assassin behind you. The clouds zip by overhead. Must be a strong wind up there.
マスター、時期0時ですが。
ああ、町も眠りについた。出向くにはいい頃合いだ。
Now let me get your raincoat so nobody thinks you're suspicious on the way. I nod as I grab my Shinai bag. Inside, I've packed a bamboo sword I found in the shed. It's not the greatest weapon for going up against a servant, but as long as my strengthening magecraft works, I
Which
should be able to
historically
survive
doesn't.
at least one attack.
セイバー、竜道寺に行くのはあくまで様子見だ。マスターがどんなやつなのか、そのサーバントがどのクラスなのかを確認できればいい。こっちから
And I'm definitely not gonna have one of my very lucid deaths.
シロに危険が及ぶと判断したときはその限りではありません。敵地に赴く以上、どちらかの死は覚悟してほしい。
Possibility of death. The scales of fate weigh on one end of the weigh on one end the master at Ryudo Temple, and on the other, us, the intruders. The scales are balanced right now, but they may tip one way or the other tonight. We head west from the intersection and hurry along the empty road. Ryudo Temple is located at the end of the gently sloping mountain path opposite the more developed Shinto. There's a long set of stairs. The road that leads up to one of the tallest mountains in Fuyuki is all but swallowed up in an ominous darkness.
My brain did it again on the last bit of dialogue, not the current one.
There's a long, stupid set of stairs.
No. It just read there's a lounge set of stairs.
Oh, well, I mean that too.
And I'm like, what the hell's a lounge
It's where the
set of
mountain
stairs?
lion is being peaceful. Alright, it's fine.
セイバー、サーバントの気配感知できるか。
はい。正確には把握できませんが、確かにサーバントの気配がします。
Which means they can probably sense me.
Saber's detection abilities seem to be weakened, probably by the bounded field set up over Ryudo Temple.
良くない風です。シロ、片時も私のそばを離れないように。
Sure thing, I just saw a cool bug in the distance. Do you mind if I go check that out real quick? I just nod and answer, then start up the stone steps away from Saber's side for just a moment. The air feels tense. Shrouded in the dark of night, the forest echoes with soft, rustling sounds. With every step I take, worry gnaws at my stomach. The temple gate finally comes into view. Nothing's happened so far. There's no sign of the enemy, and the temple gates are wide open, as if inviting us inside. Don't worry, Saber. I promise I'm not going to leave your side even for a single... Holy shit, is that a stag beetle?
Shiro, 止まって。
No, obviously it's a Rhinostagros.
敵かセイバー。
はい。ですがサーバントではありません。気配が微弱すぎる。おそらく監視役の使い魔でしょう。無視しても構わないのですが。
There must be something about that surveillance familiar that makes her hesitate. Saber frowns, then glares at the temple gates just a few steps ahead of us.
セイバー、なんか引っかかるものがあるのか。
わかりません。この王冠が監視の使い魔のものなのか、この山門を守る者の気配なのか。門番らしき者はいたようなのですが、今は不在のようです。認めたくはないのですが、私はそれを幸運と思っている。この門を守る者と対峙しなくてよかったと。
門の番人がいたってことか。けど今はいない。
はい。私たちがやってきたことはすでに知られています。
Where the hell
そ
did
の
they
上
go
で門
then?
番を下げた意味は2つ。資料はどちらだと思いますか？
The gatekeeper was either pulled back to hide from us, or they're going to let us through the gates but don't intend to let us leave. Either way, we're not going to accomplish anything unless we get inside.
間違いなく罠だと思う。セイバー、ここから中の様子はわかるか？
いいえ、サーバントの気配がするという情報しかつかめない。
そうか。結局中に入るまで何もわからないみたいだな。行こ
Saber
う。
nods.
何を仕掛けてくるにしろ、相手の顔を見ないことには始まらない。
Saber and I approach the temple gate. For a brief moment, the clouds drift across the moon, swallowing up its light. Our vision falls into darkness. Oh, hi, Ryder. In the darkness, I thought I saw a beautiful snake slithering between the trees.
待て、セイバー、今。
You're just not trying at all. I stop Saber, who's trying to walk through the temple gate.
シロ、
Her golden hair whips around. But then!
強制転移。バカな。この時代において転移魔術だと。そうか、キャスター。
Saber's figure distorts. What kind of magecraft is this? Saber becomes distorted like a mirage and...
まずい、下がれ、セイバー。なんか体が消えてるぞ。
No, Shiro, your body is fading. She just said forced teleportation.
違います、シロ。転移を受けているのはあなたの方だ。早く私の手を。
Grab my hand. Transport? Like teleportation?
シロ、手を伸ばして。そのままでは中に引き込まれ。
Saber kicks the ground and grabs hold of my arm. But then... The dark figure of a servant cuts in from the side. Hi, Ryder.
を取りましたね、セイバー。魔術に対する強力なレジストがあだになった。あなたがそこまで強力でなければ、 彼を守りきれたもの。
貴様サーバント。
Black and silver figures clash. Saber versus Rider. The two confront one another at the top of the stone steps.
Saber! Saber!
I feel myself pulled through dimensions, twisted out of mine and through others, and then deposited back into reality.
Oof.
My blood flows backward. Well, that would kill you instantly. For a moment, my organs flip inside out, and I'm overwhelmed by nausea.
あら、竜を釣ろうと思ったのに、網にかかったのは雑魚だけなんて。
They said Ara. It's an Ara One-san. Be afraid, Shiro. I turn around to face whatever is behind me. I don't have time to figure out who it is. I swing the wooden sword behind me, not even taking it out of the Shinai bag. Well, that worked really well, didn't it? I'm blown away. Like, physically, literally blown away, not just like I'm shocked. Something strikes the side of my chest, and my body sinks into a watery surface. The liquid turns red. My body, the whole right side of my chest is gone.
バカな子。そんな紙くずみたいな魔術抵抗で私の神殿にやってくるなんて。セイバーもマスターに恵まれなかったよ。
Look how many clothes she's wearing.
She is wearing much clothes.
I told you you were going to be disappointed.
But I get the satisfaction of being right that Castor was at Ryudo Temple. And just because she's wearing a crap ton of clothing right now doesn't mean she's always going to wear a crap ton of clothing.
Oh, it does, though. The purple-robed figure snickers. I'm dizzy. I need to get up and take Saber's hand, but I'm shaky, and I'm missing the right half of my chest, and my body,
I'm nowhere near Saber
and also
anyway.
Saber isn't here.
セイバーが気になる？
There is a nice mountain lion over there,
安心
though.
なさい。彼女は私がもらってあげる。バーサーカーを倒すには彼女の宝具が必要ですからね。
Also, much like Reen,
あなたはここ
Castor
で死
just
にたい
wants
けれど
Saber.
彼女は私の奴隷として生き続けるわ。
She's not wrong to take the mentality that, because that's right, casters can summon people too, right? Sort of.
They're not really supposed to be able to. But, I mean, she is technically a mage. So, if she was able to, like, steal a servant, that's something that should theoretically be possible. Problem is, she's a mage from history. Which, as time progresses and magic becomes less prominent, mages just gradually get weaker over time. So, she's also, in addition to being a caster, arguably the strongest mage in this war. My fingers, they're cold as ice. My consciousness fades into darkness and mud.
Impregnated smut, I believe you mean. Or alternatively, gumbo.
Yeah.
さようなら坊や。そんな低能では奴隷にする価値もないけど、あなたの霊樹は 私が有効に使
By the way, taking your command spells. Yoink! I'm literally stealing your servant. A crooked blade glints in the darkness and begins cutting out my command spells. I'm in black, murky water. The only thing my motionless eye sees is the clouds swallowing up the moon. Dead end. See, this one actually says dead end instead of bad end. We literally died this time. First time we actually died. The other two were just bad ends. Alright, Tiger Dojo, let's go. Stamp. Hi, Ilya.
傷も癒えていないというのにナンバーショットか。
But Saber said it was a good idea, Taiga.
シロはまだマスターになったばっかりなんだから、もうちょっと自分を鍛えなくっちゃダメでしょう。
そうよ。私にやられるならしょうがないけど、あんなメギツネにやられちゃうなんてかっこ悪いんだから。早く直前の選択肢に戻って、今夜はおとなしくしてなさい。
そうそう。次はよーく考えて行動すること。さて、些細な選択ミスですかとデッドエンドを迎えるみんなの味方タイガー道場もみんなもそろそろこの道場に慣れてきたと思いますが、
思いますか？何をタイが思わせぶりなこと言って。
あるというか、みんなもそろそろ気になってる頃だと思うんだけど。
思うんだけど、
じゃあ言うけど、正直ブルマは直球すぎではないだろうか。
だって道場でしょここ。運動するんだから
なるほど、そういう理由でしたか。一応筋は通ってるわね。私の数少ない見せ場を奪おうという悪魔っ子の策略。
考えすぎよタイガー。そもそもあなたと私とじゃ格が違うもの。わざわざ勝負服に着替えて戦うまでもないわ。
Your cat is so strange, you know.
Don't worry about it.
そうだよね。私とイリアちゃんとじゃ扱いが違うし、争うまでもなかったわ。よかったよかった。私たちは永遠のマブダチだよ。体操服は元気の証だし、イリアちゃんにはその格好を許可しましょう。
当然よ。メイド服やスクール水着でないだけ感謝してよね。ほんとなら私は毎回違う格好で登場する予定だったんだから。
あからさまに違うこの扱い。で悔しくないもんね。所詮ボツになったんだから私と扱い同じだもんね。けどミニマも気になる。他にはどんな服を着る予定だったのかな。
Don't worry, Taiga. If you want to see Ilya in a bunch of different outfits, just go watch Prillia.
鎌倉とか成長バージョンとか雪だるまとかエプロンとか着物とかジャーマンな国の症候群服とか、なんと40種ものバリエーションだったのでした。
ぐわー、もうよろしい。その恵まれた愛情が憎すぎる。けど昇降服はちょっと見たかったので残念です。
だよね。大人のくせに一度切った使用書をなしにす。
まったくもって。私のシナリオを削るなんて何を考えているのか上層部は。勝つ気があるのか勝つ気が。
Yeah, but it was Ilya's route that was cut.
あんたのシナリオなんて最初からないわよ。
Yeah. Don't mind ST Ren in the background.
老石者、そこに直れ。
先輩、チワンス。ま、楽にな。行っちゃった。タイガも伸びちゃったし、スタンプをしてった。それじゃあ、またデッドエンド後に会いましょう。
Bye! Alright, well,
We're at time.
we are at time, so we'll loop back to the decision point just for good measure. And, might as well resave it here. It's all good. So, next time we'll not do that. You got to see Caster.
I did get to see Caster.
What's your, thinking so far? Based on literally nothing other than her appearance, and that she has a crooked dagger that she used to cut Shiro's command spells off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming based off the ferocity of her magic that she's on the older, far back scale. I don't have any super compelling theories yet.
Caster knows how to use rescue, so she must be cool.
That is true.
Rescue! It's plain. It's blatantly plain.
It's not plain. It's also not Saint Cethlean, but
Is it Saint Keyhole?
I would love that, honestly. That doesn't get enough credit.
That gets exactly as much credit as he deserves. But yeah, so next week, not dying to Caster. Pretty sure just not going to the temple at all, right? Oh no, we are going to the temple anyways. We're just not going there with the intention of fighting, I think. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we're actually still going to the temple.
Well, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
So that's fun. Anyway, till next week.
We'll catch you guys later.